This podcast is rated MA. It may contain coarse language, sexual situations, and fantasy violence. It is not recommended for persons under 17.
Welcome to the 5th edition D&D podcast, The Rise of Tiamat and the Dragon Queen's Horde. Episode 1, Part 1, Greenhist in Flames. I am Andrew Felling, the Dungeon Master.
I'm Kirk, and I'm playing Caridin, the Wood Elf Monk.
I am Mary, and I am playing Zelania, the Wood Elf Sorcerer.
And I am Seth, playing the Dragonborn Paladin.
So, you're all resting in the Temple of Bahamut at Hockenberg after a very disturbing and grueling battle. Caridin.
Yes.
You end up having a very weird and ending almost troubling dream. You find yourself standing ankle deep in some pool. 5 glowing gems, orbs, you're not sure what. They look solid and not all at the same time. Each different color starts swirling around you faster and faster and faster until finally all 5 collide into this prismatic opal, which then begins to shake and crack. And 5 serpentine heads come up out of it. And this being just continues to get up and grow larger and larger and larger, staying in shadow. And there's this intense heat and just fear washes over your entire body. Right. You are then suddenly woken, and the wound where you had been stabbed is just throbbing in pain. Before, with the heel of the Acolytes of Bahamut, it had healed completely. There was no scar.
Right.
There is now a twisted scar there.
Okay.
When you wake up, you the only thing on your mind is this dream, and since you're sleeping out in the common area, with the acolytes and everything, everyone is woken up by your gasps of pain, if not full-on screams.
Okay.
You tell the acolytes and anyone who will listen about your dream, and Cespedes, you being a paladin of Bahamut, are also well aware of what the end result of that dream was. It was Tiamat, the sister and sworn enemy of Bahamut. It is actually part of your oath as a follower of Bahamut, specifically a paladin, to wipe out any of Tiamat's followers that you can find here on the mortal plane. And so, just being curious as to how this vision came, you guys go back to the scene of where you'd been stabbed, and there's 1 or 2 guards there, but they recognize you as being the ones that helped out, and they let you in. The bodies of the cultists have not been moved, and you find the one that had stabbed you, and you start looking a little more meticulously over his person, and you actually find that his shoes have false bottoms. And in there you find a small scribble of paper.
Okay.
That says, "Convince the mother to stand with us at Greenhist."
Greenhist?
Yep. Or Greenhist, if you will. And you all recognize this as being a city, more like a large town, further up the Sword Coast from where you are. It's about a week and a half travel.
Okay.
And on there, you see a very strange insignia that at first you don't recognize, but again, looking up characters' names, Cespedes, you do. It is the insignia of the Cult of the Dragon. And Zell, you also recognize this mark because you've seen it in the wilds in very dead-looking places. And Cespedes, what you know about this cult is that they are followers of Tiamat, and that what they do to the corpses of dragons can only be described as perverse. Whether or not it's grinding them to steal their primordial powers, or if not full on raising them to be, puppet slaves.
It makes me growl.
Yeah. So when you bring this information back to the clerics of Bahamut, who immediately implore you guys to go north and try to warn Greenhist of some kind of impending doom. they don't expect you to stay or fight or anything. Never put yourselves. They would never ask you to put yourselves in harm's way. But you have the message, and at the very least, you were able to prevent an extra agent from joining in from whatever is coming. But something is going to happen to Greenhist. To see you safely there, they've do another round of healing. The scar again stays, but they do give each of you a healing potion.
Okay.
So if you want to add that to your item list, it's a 2d4 plus 4 when drank. And they also provide you with some light horses so that you can get up as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Okay.
What was the name of the cult? The Mark of
Cult of the Dragon.
the Dragon.
Yeah, it's very unoriginal, but they see you as part of this group, and they believe that sometimes you need to put a piece in the correct place so that it can optimally behave through the will of Bahamut.
I don't know what you are, but I want to eat you. I didn't think about how creepy that was going to sound.
Dead dragons, necrophilia, whatever. It's all good.
I don't know what you are, but I'm going to eat you. Did you want to use your longsword?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it? No, oh.
Yeah. You had a few things that weren't equipped, so I'm just going to equip them for you.
Yeah, I added them, and then that's fine. I can fix anything that's grossly wrong when I get home, but...
Oh, no, nothing's gross. I wouldn't call anything grossly wrong. It's just quicker reference, but there. Now they're applied.
Yay. Okay.
All right, so you travel up north, and for 4 days, I mean, it's just smooth riding through nice winding countryside, rolling hills, just very lazy road. On the 5th day, though, you do see, and it's pretty obvious as you're riding up to it, an overturned wagon. It's not blocking the whole road, but it is kind of off the side, blocking part of it. You'll have where before you were able to easily ride 2 abreast, you'll have to go single file by it.
I stop my horse, look at the other 2, trap.
Or attack of some kind. We should check it out.
Okay. Roll me some perceptions real quick.
Somebody have detect evil or anything?
No. Perception 22.
So here's what you all see, and then I'll go to your above 20 people. It's a simple wagon that is turned up on its side. It's got some broken axles. There's clearly some kind of a struggle that took place on and around this wagon within the last few days. For those of you who got, and there like nothing was set aflame. There's no smoldering or anything like that. For those who you got a above the 20, you do see the very distinct small footprints of kobolds, in addition to human footprints. And you're able to see that it looks like the kobolds did, in fact, ambush this cart and most likely took everything from it. I mean, you have to get a little bit, I'm assuming that you're still like 10, 15 feet away. But you don't see... with this, you kind of do like a quick scan, trying to see if you see any characters hiding, and you don't see anyone in the vicinity.
Okay.
trying to chew and think, and somehow it's not working. It's been a very long day. How far away are we from where we're headed?
If you push the horses and don't rest much, 2 days.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to, while still hanging back here, cast Mage Armor, and then I'm going to go investigate.
Methinks she's paranoid.
I'm just going to watch you go.
I'll go with her.
It lasts for 8 hours. It's just safer to do it now.
Yeah.
All right. You get up to the cart, and you do find it's empty. It has been picked clean. No bodies, but blood. If you want, you can roll. Now that you're closer, you can roll another perception or investigation.
Okay, well, I got a 23 perception.
I got 23 as well.
Okay. You both find the same, torn piece of purple cloth at the same time.
The Dragonborn's over there going, what do your wood elf eyes see? Apparently this one rag.
And it really is the one thing. Everything else is gone and has been splinters. I mean, this is a glorified pile of firewood at this point. Mm-hmm. You get the instinct impression that whatever this cloth is from, it probably would not have been transported on this cart. It's a very fine, rich fabric with a very deep purple.
Okay.
Can I tell at all from, like, the footprints about whether or not anybody, like, survived and was let off, or...
And you know what, with a 23 perception on the area, yeah, it actually looks like a good number of footprints were let off back off the road, whether or not they were attackers, because there are, in fact, some human footprints coming from the ambush zone.
Okay.
But it does kind of become hard to tell. There are a few hoof prints that do kind of scatter off, and it looks like something was being dragged by them. And those do go kind of off-road as well. So you don't know if, like, the horse that was carrying escaped, or if somebody escaped on it.
There might have been survivors, is the point.
Yes, there might have been.
Okay. Do we try to do anything about this, or do we have a more important mission?
For me, there's only one mission.
I guess we could keep an eye out for anything strange.
Okay. I have no driving urge to, like, go, save everyone we come across. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
General sense of the party. If we want to press on, I'm fine with it. Just we'll keep an eye out for ambushers and or any possible survivors.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna
you,
keep this cloth.
Yeah.
so you push on, it gets to nightfall. While the first few nights were uneventful, for this one I am going to ask for watches.
I can rest 4 hours and get a whole night's rest.
So can I. So between the two of us, we can probably cover the whole.
Yeah.
And we can see in the dark. So if you want to sleep,
Yeah.
we'll take turns and, you know.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good. I'll do first watch.
Okay. This is the nice thing about having two elves in the party.
Yep.
We don't need to sleep. We just need to sit there for 4 hours and, just,
I need a chicken.
All right. Just need perceptions.
I got a 7. I rolled a 1.
We're getting attacked.
Well, I don't know what happened in the first half of the night, but in the second half of the night, I rolled a 17.
So nothing you're aware of happens.
Okay.
And the night moves on silently.
Okay.
You do believe that if you push pretty hard on this next day, you should be able to get to Greenhist by sundown.
Okay.
If I can get everyone to roll me, let's see if there's like a handle animal.
Yeah.
There is.
Animal handling. Yep.
Yeah. Animal handling or survival. If you've
Okay.
got either of those, I'll allow it.
I have survival, so.
I know the same. 12.
20.
Oh, unfortunately, I only rolled a 7. I got an 11.
12.
12? Yeah.
I'm not used to horses.
Yeah, you hadn't been riding them too hard, but you're still able to get a good spur out of them. And you do. You start to crest a hill, and you're well aware that at the bottom of this hill, you will see is where Greenhist should be. And, as the sun is now setting further in the back, and as you crest the hill, you start to see some black smoke rising up from in the distance. And you can see these little black dots just running back and forth, some falling, some standing up. Just complete chaos and fire of what you know now to be Greenhist. And the dark wings in the night sky, which can only be a dragon.
Okay. I cast mage armor.
Probably a good idea.
Just saying. If I don't tell you I'm doing it,
Yeah. No,
I'll
no.
have to do it later.
No. Because if you did not say it right now and things happen, I'd be like, I guess we didn't say that.
Yeah, I know.
That was yesterday.
Right. Well, shall we?
Yeah.
As you draw closer, you do see that the inhabitants of Greenhist, many of them are in fact fighting back and doing everything they can to repel. But I mean, they are not, for the most part, they are not fighters, and they are either being cut down or are diving into buildings and barricading windows.
Yeah.
There are many fires going around, and while many kobolds and what you can only assume to be cultists based off of the robes and weird masks they are wearing, while they do try to set fire to the roofs by throwing torches up on them, the roofs thankfully are not that easily catching, and most of the fires that you see around are bales of hay and carts and things like that. But the you do see that the kobolds are going just crazy, just looting any building they can get into. They immediately come running out, just armfuls of silverware, plates, just whatever they can grab, and all seem to be running a very chaotic pattern all over. There is towards the center of the town. There is up on a hill. There is a very large keep, and this is where the dragon seems to be circling. Roll me a quick perception.
15.
19.
Okay, but what? I'm sorry, Kirk. What did you get again?
I got it. No, 15. 15.
15?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So what the two of you notice is that while clearly circling the keep, it's a good distance off. Like, it's not actively attacking the keep.
Is it over the city at all, or is it?
Oh yeah, no.
past
It's making wide berths over the city and over, but it with the keep as like it's being at the center of the circle, almost like
It's avoiding weapons.
not so much avoiding weapons, but you'd hesitate call it patrolling or keeping an eye or guard or keeping somebody in the keep.
What does the dragon look like?
Blue.
Okay. That was the question I wanted to ask without asking that question. So, thank you. With my arcane knowledge, do I know that means it's probably evil?
Yes, you all just in the it's very basic knowledge that the chromatic dragons are the evil ones.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do
Well,
we want to deal with cultists and kobolds, or do we want to go to the keep?
are the cultists and kobolds on the way to the keep?
Easily, because everything is on the way to the keep, because the keep's in the middle of town.
I say we go kill some things.
Sounds good.
So now are we running in, swords out screaming, or are we going to try to sneak up on things? How are you approaching this?
I say sneak up on things from
I mean,
last
I would
time.
be more comfortable sneaking up on things. I have more hit points than I did last time, but I still would be more comfortable
Same here.
not running in and yelling.
Right.
So I say we tie the horses somewhere back here and go in on foot
Yep.
and try to be quiet about it.
Sounds good.
Okay. Tying the horses to a hitch post on the road, that's not hard. And then, so I just need a stealth check, then.
Oh no.
Here's where the plan fails.
Ooh, 20.
But we tried.
With a 6.
Jeez.
I got a 19.
20.
Why do I roll so bad?
Well, on the plus side,
So
your
you
distraction
you got
means
a-
that I can hide better.
You got a 6, right?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting thing is about war, it's noisy.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, you go undetected. Your rambling and clanging, while deafening to you, is but background noise to everything else that's going on. And you're able to find your way into an alley where you are able to post up to look towards your next stretch, trying to make your way to the keep or kill some kobolds.
Yeah.
When from an alley across the main street from you, you see what is first a very heavily battered man carrying a child with a second in tow and a third following, just stumble running from some place of hiding, trying to get to another, and a woman holding just really a wooden square plank and a broken spear coming up from behind. And then before she exits your little scope of view, you do see some kobolds coming up from behind them, and she stops and turns and faces them, frantically slashing with the spear, clearly not knowing how it's supposed to be used.
That's fine. I shoot a kobold.
Oh, okay. Roll your attack, and then we roll initiative.
Shit.
So we roll initiative.
Apparently, anytime small children are involved, I can't hit anything. I rolled a 7,
I got a 12.
but it doesn't know I'm there.
Yeah, your arrow goes wide. It's on a. None of them are aware you're there. Let's get some.
She's waving that spear around wildly. I didn't want to hit her.
Don't worry, you didn't hit
Harder
anything.
to aim. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's not my fault. Shit.
Oh, it can't be as bad as mine. 8.
No, it's exactly as bad as yours.
Nice.
I also got an 8. I rolled a 5.
All right, I got to roll some initiatives real quick. The woman madly swinging her spear. Goddamn woman! Don't fuck with her family. Apparently, shit. The cobalt you were going for with that arrow, it right as you had shot the arrow, it seemed to leap forward, and in a frantic, just feared by fear and adrenaline, the woman thrusts it up and catches it right under the chin, just skewering itself onto the spear.
Yes.
And she and her family begin to retreat quicker back into the alley they were going to, so as to, in hopes of not becoming surrounded. The kobolds give chase. Okay. 2 of them catch her. They hit her with 2 tiny little daggers, each, taking decent chunks out of her sides, but she is still standing.
Tough broad.
It is now Kirk's turn.
All right. I'm going to rush up to the 2 that are attacking her.
Okay. Well, they're all attacking her. It's only 2 of them got her.
I'll go for the 2 that got her.
Okay.
16.
That hits.
Oh, okay. Then this is my spear, by the way.
Okay.
For 5 points of damage.
You do a repeat of what she did, only to the back of this thing's skull.
Okay.
Just
And I'm going to arm strike the one next to it for 25.
yes, that hits.
And 8 points of damage.
And you smash that one's skull right into the ground, just making it a smear. So next is Cespedes.
All right. With my 2-handed longsword, I'm going to take out the other one with a 6 to hit.
Damn.
You bury your you make your presence known to everyone as you bury your greatsword into the dirt in front of this kobold. It was actually about to leap, but then it was still gauging its time, and you now have its attention. Zell.
Good.
I shoot. How many are there?
There are still 5 of these kobolds.
Oh, okay. So I shoot one that somebody's not hitting.
Me?
Okay, I actually bet somebody. Whatever. You know what I mean. I shoot one of them. God damn it. 10.
Again, your arrow goes wide, but this one a little bit closer to the mark. The woman takes a stab at another kobold as she was being swarmed by them. Oh, she gets them. Cool.
I'm glad somebody
She's better than us.
Yeah. And she drops another one and retreats further back into the alley where you saw her family in, out of reach of the immediate kobolds.
We should just leave. She's got this.
Put 2 on Cespedes because they swung at their buddy, and 2 more are going to attack Carradine. Don't worry, they all roll like Cespedes does. So it must be a lizard thing.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Lizard luck. And that does not hit. That is a 9.
Yeah, no, that misses.
All right.
Little and squirmy.
Cespedes, it is your turn. There are 2 on you.
14.
That does hit.
All right.
And there was much rejoicing.
Yeah, there is. There's my
Yeah, you split this thing in half. It's barely aware that you even cut it before, because it's doing that like slow arc roll of the top as it screams, but it's clearly in 2 pieces.
That was to make up for the last one.
Zell, now it's your turn.
Okay, I shoot something, and this time I hit it. This time I hit it. That's a 22.
Yes, you hit it.
Apparently I just have to be, forward thinking about.
At this point in time, you know the AC is somewhere between 14 and 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10. 10 didn't hit either.
Oh, that's right. So 10 and 9.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. And, you put this arrow right in your target's neck, and it just deflates, crumpling down. The woman kind of takes a very defensive stance, blocking the alleyway. She's looking at you, just screaming at you, "Make quicker work of them! Come on!" She's trying to encourage you, but she's just there's tears and blood coming down her face. Okay. Ooh. That's amazing. Okay. The 2... I'm going to let Cespedes and Carradine each get an attack of opportunity because both of these kobolds rolled 1s when doing attacks.
Yes.
It's like, It's like, oh, well, that sucks for that guy. What about the next one? Really? Huh?
That would be
You wanna go first?
an 18.
Yeah, that hits.
And do I have to use unarmed, or can it be my spear?
It could be anything.
Then that is 8 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, you shish kebab him.
Okay.
I had a 23.
Nice.
And where's my thing? And a 6 points of damage.
Yeah. You just bring your sword down in front of him and just unzip the kobold that missed as he just spills out over the street. The woman quickly signals you all to come into the alley with her. and her family.
Okay.
Step in there with her.
Out of breath and panting heavily, she says, "Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. We need to make it to the keep. It's the only place that's safe." What are you doing here? Like, as a sudden dawning that you're not from here.
We came to visit.
Watching you make fine work of those kobolds.
Thank you. But you guys picked a hell of a time to visit. Come on, this way. We can. I know the ways through the back alleys to get there.
Okay.
Okay.
And she moves up to point with her husband, who you can see has just the arm that's dragging that the second child is holding on to is actually broken, and it's really just a tether for the child to not get lost. The toddler in the arms just crying in terror, but it's clearly, it's out of tears because it's been crying for so long. The third
I'm
child.
gonna grab the kid that's hanging onto the broken arm, and so it doesn't hurt her any.
Okay. Immediately just feeling safe, the child just, completely accepts the embrace. The father's arm continues to hang there limply as he, very through a broken mouth tries to thank you. The older of the three children has grabbed a piece of wood and is holding onto it like a security blanket. And you and it's very much jump from behind one alley and house to the next to the next.
I'm staying a little bit behind, keeping an eye out behind us.
Okay, and pretty much between each, if you jump in groups of three, the first one being the parents with the child, the second group being Cespedes and Carradine, and then finally Zell, you're able to move quickly enough that doesn't draw too much attention. But there are active patrols, so I am going to need stealth checks.
9.
It's the fog of war, right? The fog of war.
Oh yeah, no.
5.
16.
On Carradine and Zell, you guys mistimed your first jump across of an alley, or at least this jump across of an alley, and you run out right in the middle of a patrol that has turned a corner. So I'm going to hold on to the same initiative order just to keep it going
It's easy,
quickly.
yeah.
That's fine.
But I need to find out how many people there are.
Awesome. I didn't do it.
I think you misspoke. I think it was Carradine and you, right?
Yeah, it's Carradine and Cespedes because you guys were in the same.
Zell.
Sorry, no.
No. I'm still waiting, and I just watched this happen. I'm like, damn it.
No, yeah, so basically what it is you guys are setting a stealth DC, and then they're rolling perceptions with disadvantage. Not really much you could do when they rolled 1918.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. In that case, then I rolled a 13.
They're still above you. But it's a pretty small group. It's actually just 2 kobolds and someone wearing some dirty purple robes.
Ooh.
They actually spot you, and the guy in the robes just kind of goes, "Hey!" But we're going to start with, since it would have been your guys' turn in the initiative order, Carradine, we're going to start from there with you.
So it's three people basically.
Yeah, it's 2 kobolds and a human.
Okay, I'm going to rush straight at the human.
Okay.
Spear lowered.
Sorry, did he say the human or the
22?
Or did you say the human?
I'm going after the human.
Human or the kobold?
He's going for the
Okay.
human. Yeah, you hit him.
5 points of damage.
He is not as squishy as the other ones, but he feels it.
I'm gonna knee him. That's a 17.
That hits.
That is 8 points of damage, right in the stomach.
Yeah. So you hit him with the spear, which kind of like tees him up, and then you bring your foot over around the back of his neck for a roundhouse, and just the force of it coming up with your coming down just snaps his neck. He actually bounces off the ground before
Very nice.
before lying still. Cespedes, it's your turn. You are carrying a child.
All right, with my javelin, I will stab at one of those Carradine.
That hits.
7 points of damage.
Yeah, you stab it right in the chest, driving the kobold to the ground. So there's just the one left. Zell, it's your
Oh,
turn.
did I say I was attacking a Carradine or a kobold?
You said Carradine,
Said
but we
Carradine.
assumed you meant
Oh,
kobold.
good.
I mean,
good,
unless
thank
you really want to attack him, at which point.
I am going to throw a firebolt at the one kobold that's left out.
Okay.
19?
Yeah, that hits. Are you using the little fire folky?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes, I would do that.
It just adds your spellcasting to any fire spell.
So it's just my
Your
my charisma bonus.
Yeah, so that it adds that to the damage.
Right. Oh no, it adds the entire spell attack bonus to damage. So proficiency bonus as well.
No, just the modifier.
Okay.
I probably misspoke last
You
time.
misspoke then. Yes, because that's what I wrote down. That's fine. It makes more sense. 10 points of damage.
Okay. You engulf the little creature in flame. Kind of has a little bit of a like a burnt cumin smell.
Oh, cool.
And
I'm a little hungry.
yeah, but you like them raw.
I might go for this.
Just seared a little. We'll get you into a blue cobalt steak. Yeah.
I might snack on a little bit of Cobalt's leg. Since it smelled like human.
Okay. Yeah, you take a minute to dispatch a leg, which is pretty easy to do with your sword and its tiny body, and you pick it up and start munching.
With a small child in the other arm.
The child is just aghast. It's not trying to get away, but at the same point in time, it's very aware of where your mouth is at all times now. It's kind of a better to be on your side than against you is where this child is.
It's a dragon's life.
Yeah. I need another round of stealth checks for the next jump.
9.
7.
I rolled the highest. 12.
I'm fascinated by this kobold eating leg thing. I'm like, are you really?
We all are watching him as he's eating it. Not really jumping between
right now
buildings, jogging,
which has kind of become a. And it wasn't just distracting for you guys; it was also distracting for the parents. And it's actually on their run. Oh. They run into.
Yep.
So you're all in the alley, and as they kind of stumble out, it's very much of a frying pan or fire situation for them. Do we trust these guys? Well, they're killing the things that are killing us, so I guess.
Also, now they have a child hostage.
Right.
Well.
But yeah, as they run into, they actively run into and collide with a group of, again, it's another just single cultist and this time four kobolds. So we start at the top with the woman who... I'm giving her a level in fighter. Fuck it. Just to the human, again, just burying the haft of the spear in its neck, just taking it to the ground, and just continues to then just flee across to the other side. Technically, we get these. But lizards can't roll for shit. So, and they were kind of taking off sword, what the fuck? It's dead. What? Get that bitch! And they do. They take off in pursuit after her, but their legs are tiny and hers are human. So, Carradine, it's your turn.
Is it the human with his back to us?
He's facing you.
Okay.
But he's facing the sky because he is dead.
Oh.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, no. She killed him. I thought she killed the kobold.
No,
okay.
she max damaged him.
Wow.
So.
Then I'm going to take off after the kobolds. 25?
Yes.
A spear one for 6 points of damage.
It is dead.
And I missed the second one.
What'd you roll?
That is a 10.
Yes, that is a miss.
Oh, well.
Cespedes, your turn.
19 for the hit.
That does in fact hit.
With my javelin again for 7 points of damage.
The two of you just kind of come up and you each backstab one, lifting it up into the sky and burying it down. You made a swipe at the back of the head of another one that was fleeing, but the timing was off. Zell.
Well, then I firebolt the one that, got away.
There's still two.
Oh, okay. I firebolt one of them.
Yeah.
20 to hit.
That hits.
And that D10 again. 10 points damage again.
Yeah, and it also just is now engulfed in flame and starts to burn. The woman turns around. Oh, she can miss.
She is human after all.
She's kind of does one of those turn and stabs as she's still running, trying to keep her husband and her child, just trying to stay between the two of them and the kobold. The kobold is going to make an attack at her. It's going to hit. And again, it carves a dagger deep into her leg, and she is now actively limping. But she's looking to be about in the same state her husband's in.
Yikes.
It is now Carradine's turn. You are now within a long alley. The parents and child on one end, you and Cespedes capping the other, and just a lone kobold in the middle.
Okay. 21.
You hit.
9 points of damage.
Yeah, you come running up behind. Just this is with the spear.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wasting no time, just hitting it in the back, driving to the ground, putting it down. You guys have one more leap, and then it's all
Okay.
safe small alleys to the keep.
All right.
Okay.
I'll go in front this time instead of the parents.
Okay.
9.
16.
10.
There is a patrol, a very large patrol, but Carradine, you make your hop, and then you wait for the patrol to pass. The parents make their hop, and then there is just breath is held before Zell and Cespedes make theirs. All of you make it past.
Okay.
What?
They rolled low. What do you want? So what I've been doing for this one, because I don't care about telling GM secrets, I roll a d6 to figure out if it's first, second, or third that they're spotting against, and then I roll their perception, and that determines whether or not they see you.
Nice.
Makes sense.
And they did their spot on the last hop, and they did not get above a 5.
It's a good thing.
So you're able to make it to the keep, and for a moment it almost seems like this was a terrible idea, because the main gates of the keep are clearly being sieged, and the over the head you still see the dragon still circling, and shortly after you arrive it actually does shoot a gout of lightning down, cracking the parapet. But over here off to the side you actually do see there is a small side door, and seeing your approach, the door opens, and a young halfling woman leans out, just not saying anything, but making large gestures with her hand, telling you to hurry in.
Okay.
Do that.
Yeah,
off.
you do. And
Yep.
as soon as you make it in, she shuts, bolts, locks the gate. Looks around. Oh, you all look terrible. Please come in. Rest. Hide. Avoid the courtyard because it's open and... Dragon. There's a dragon.
This makes sense.
I'm going to walk out into the courtyard
It actually takes a minute for you...
after I put the child down.
Okay. Okay. When you put the child down, it immediately runs over to its mother, and the family huddles together, and they're having a big sigh of relief hug. For those of you who did not walk out into the courtyard, the woman limps over to you, thanking you profusely, telling you that her name is Leanne, and this is her husband, Kuth. And they know that they would have been dead had you all not helped them make it to the keep, where they may now, in fact, stand a chance of living out the night.
Okay.
We were headed in that direction anyway. It just seemed polite.
She is sobbing with gratitude, actually kisses both of your hands before gathering her family and taking them further into the keep.
Now it's weird and maternal and I'm uncomfortable again. When she was killing things, I was fine. Then it got like emotional and
Cespedes, you walk out onto the keep grounds where you imagine that these were actually probably at one point pretty nice parade grounds. But right now there is just broken stone and wood and turned over carts just littering the whole area. And as you look up, you can hear the dragon, but from down here you can't see him. And even after waiting a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, all the while you hear the heavy beating of its wings, the heavy breath that seems to come in between each gout of crackling lightning that comes out, but he never actually passes overhead here in the middle.
That's very interesting. And I'm going to yell back, the courtyard's somewhat safe.
And as you say this and admire it, a man actually comes out from the keep proper and starts walking towards you, Cespedes. And from what you can see, he's wearing fine blue robes and some a mixture of leather and plate armor. The right side of his face is heavily bandaged, and his right arm is in a very haphazard sling, and his clothes and armor are just spattered with blood. He's also very much using a spear as a walking stick as he approaches you, Cespedes. Thank you. I heard some people just came in, and that you, as an outsider, and your friends helped bring some of my people here to safety. Please, I would hold an audience with you and your friends. And he points with his spear up there on the parapet where you'll be able to see more. I hate to ask this of you, but I need your help. My people need your help. With that, he turns very quickly and walks back inside the keep proper.
I'll go back over to the guys and see what they say.
I think we should follow.
Let's go.
Mary says, yeah. Okay, so you go in, and the keep is not fancy. When you first walk in, there is clearly a meeting hall with, I wouldn't call it a throne, but definitely a seat of power seated at one end. And you can see tables are pushed up alongside the wall, and there are many people laying on the tables and in chairs and whatever kind of... This has become very much of a makeshift hospital. You see people providing as much mundane medical treatment as they can to anyone in need. Leanne and her husband are getting their bandages changed and reapplied. And one of the guards off to the side, he signals and points up some stairs, and you're able to follow it up a little bit of a wind, and it takes you probably 30 or 40 feet up before you do hit what would be more of a smaller, almost dining receiving area. And this has become more of a makeshift barracks. Bows, spears, javelins, swords, heavy pieces of wood, literally anything you can think of have been posted up here, and there are guards, checking arrows, making sure bows are highly strung. As able bodies from downstairs come in, they are assessed, and anything that can lift a sword is then taken upstairs to be given a sword. And you follow this out onto the parapet, where you do see the man from before, who seems to have already started engaging in a heated debate with a very lean dwarf. He sees you approach, at which point in time he cuts off the debate and he goes, "Yes, thank you. Welcome. As I said down below, my people need your help. I am Governor Nighthill. I am the acting body of authority over Greenhist."
Okay.
Or at least what will be left of it when this is done. With this, he begins to patrol out along the parapet, moving away from the keep, mindful of the dragon circling above, but he doesn't seem to be frightened of it anymore at this point. And the dwarf walks with him. Do you guys follow?
Yeah.
Okay. He gets to a certain point, and he stops, and he points out. He goes, "Over there, that is our mill. Currently, they are trying to batter it down and set it aflame. If we lose that, we lose months of supplies. It'll be near impossible, but possible, for us to survive in order to get it to start grinding mill again." He walks a little bit further, pointing out, "Over there is our sanctuary. Many of our more skilled healers and clergymen barricaded themselves in there. And around there, you actually see a very large gathering of cultists and kobolds, and you can actually see them constructing a battering ram." He goes, "While the doors are strong, they were not meant to withstand that force. And while all of our so by some odd twist of fate, the injured are here, the healers are there. And with all of this being said, with all the dangers going around, we don't know why we're being attacked." He points down at other groups. You can see the ones in the robes clearly seem to be the ones orchestrating. The kobolds are just chaos running around. But as you can see over there, that one in a finer robe appears to be some kind of commander. What I wouldn't give to have one of them captured and brought back so we can find out what's going on, see if maybe we can strike a deal and get everybody to leave. My people need to be saved. I can have my men that are currently here continue to fortify, but the people need to be brought here where it will be safe." This is where the dwarf laughs. "Safe! Look up!" Pointing up at the dragon. "That thing has been circling us for hours. It has destroyed most of the uppermost parts of the keep. Down there," and he points down to the front gate, which you actually see is two parts. They've broken past the first part of the gate. How long does they break past the second one? If we don't retake that, we can't do anything. You talk about keeping them safe, but you want them to traverse across dangerous territory to come to a keep under siege by a dragon. Think, man."
It's better than a thatched roof house under siege by a dragon.
The dwarf kind of gives you a side eye. The man goes, "She has a point." The sanctuary ain't a thatched roof hut. It also isn't a keep. And we have men here. We can reinforce, we can retake that while they're... I'm sorry to assume you have every right to say no, but if you can help bring my people back here where they can be safe. We have secret ways in and out. Dwarf kind of rolls. Those gates are probably rusted shut, if they'll even open. They haven't been tested yet, so test them.
It worked once. It probably works more.
Yeah. The dragon seems to be keeping you all busy. Is there something else in the city that they might be looking for?
That's why I want one of their lieutenants, so I can question them, find out. Why hasn't the dragon just ripped down my keep? It can, but it seems, luckily for us, disinterested.
What do you need us to do?
The dwarf pops up. Pick up a bow and shoot the dragon away.
I look at my bow. I look at the dragon. I'm like, I don't think I have that many arrows.
The governor goes, save my mill. Rescue the people from the sanctuary. Bring them back here.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that our arrows that we are shooting at it are, in fact, what's keeping it away and preventing its dive bomb. But as you said, we only have so many.
Yeah.
Perhaps some critical blows to the dragon would actually get it to drive it off. But I'm not going to ask you to fight a dragon for me.
I would say focus your firepower down on the invading siegers and take as many out as you can.
He kind of looks at the dwarf smugly, like,
to slow it down while we go to the mill.
you think because you're tall, you're high and mighty with your mighty thoughts. Fine, if they're going to agree with you. It's their lives they're risking.
Now that I'm, standing on a wall and looking at the dragon, can I gauge, like, how big it is, how old it is, how powerful it is?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Apparently, I haven't studied dragons.
It's huge.
I thought I had.
It's huge.
But it's really, I got a 6. It's really big, guys.
It is really big and blue, and it shoots lightning.
Yeah, I got
What
that
about
much.
you, Cespedes? Do you have?
I'm not scared.
Do you have any arcane or would his nature help him?
I
being
did not
dragonborn?
pull up that spell, so no.
It's not a spell. It'd just be anyone can roll. So here's the thing: anyone can
I
roll.
can roll an Arcana.
Yeah, anyone can roll any of the skills. It's just if you're proficient in it, you get
Right.
bonus.
Right.
Trying to think of.
I am proficient, but I rolled a 3, so it didn't help. Yeah.
Nope.
All right, it's
Four.
scary.
So
It's huge.
Cespedes actually knows that the dragon is in fact an adult. It is not the dragons continue to grow as they age, and this one has reached full adult maturity, but it is not the most ferocious a dragon can become.
Okay, that's really what I was curious about. I'm glad that you have studied dragon anatomy clearly more than I have, although it makes
I am part dragon.
sense.
With you guys deciding to
Or do we want to try and fight our way out of the front door?
Giving them space to repair it behind us.
Yeah.
The trick is that they're probably most of their forces are concentrated there. So with nothing to draw them off, we'd basically be facing an army.
Yeah, but if they're firing arrows down first,
It might help.
then we go out and they could fire arrows down.
And I'm wondering, sure, the mill is important, but would it make more sense to go get the healers first and bring them here?
The
so
people
they
are
can
all at the
keep
mill, right?
People alive.
there are people at the mill and there are
Right.
people at the sanctuary.
I mean, it's.
They're trying to burn down the mill. It's
I know,
hard to,
but they're also trying to get
break
in
the
and kill
doors
the
in,
healers. The mill is a thing. Yes, it'll take months to rebuild, but if you have the
Yeah.
capacity to keep the people alive for longer and fighting for longer, because if you have healers, you can keep them in the fight.
Is it about the same amount of horses at both, from what we could see?
There are vastly more forces at the... So in terms of like most to least, you have the most forces at the sanctuary. The second most forces at the door.
At the keep.
At the keep. Yeah, at the keep stores.
That's-
And then it's really only a small group that's over at the mill, but they are the ones that are making the most headway with what they want to do.
Right, because they have the least resistance. So that's the other thing. It'll probably be easiest for us to take out the guys taking out the mill, and then from there we can maybe go to the sanctuary. Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense in a long-term scheme, but it's probably going to be easier to start there. So I am also not army commander, so...
Cespedes points out that also with the mill, getting those people back here puts more reinforcements then to
Yeah.
work on Dragon and Or.
Yeah.
You said and or. because I heard Dragon Endor and
That's
things
what I
just
said.
got really cool in my head.
A bunch of Ewoks running around screaming.
Yep.
Well, right. You know, they've got the cool log bits. They can take out speeders and AT-ATs. They can probably take out a dragon. This got exciting.
It just reminds me of the Endor movies.
Oh, God. Caravan of Courage. I've seen those once.
That's
That was enough.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, when I was a real small kid, I loved those movies. But I was a kid, and that's who it was made for.
Yeah.
I didn't see them until I was much older, so.
Yep.
I'd seen Star Wars first, and I knew they were Ewoks.
Yeah.
But I didn't. What I didn't understand was where all these people came from. Because it was like, it's a forest moon, and its inhabitants are Ewoks. That's the species that grew up there. Where the fuck did these backwater people come from that have never heard of a land speeder?
Yeah.
Like, to me, like, my brain, like, this doesn't make sense. I'm 5, and I see your plot hole.
It happens.
I think I watched Empire first because my father had recorded the original theatrical cut on a VHS tape off of a TV at one point. So that tape was in the house before I found the other movies.
Yeah, no, my brother was a huge fan. He had, like, the full box set, and then when George Lucas released that, he got the full box set of that, and then...
Yeah. Yep. I mowed lawns all summer to be able to buy each cassette, and they were like $80 a pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
My dad had, well, and it was later when I rediscovered his entire record collection, he had the original soundtrack on vinyl.
Yeah.
And his turntable was hooked up to the surround sound in the basement, which means that I spent a lot of time on the floor playing with Legos to the Star Wars soundtrack.
Nice. Yep.
Okay. So it sounds like you guys wanted to go to the mill, and then...
yeah.
Okay.
As quickly as possible.
And no one is giving you any kind of guff. While he's not getting his way, the dwarf does, offer you what help he can. And he goes, I'm going to send you with one of my men. He'll be able to help you move around the city. Jet! And you see a rather olive-skinned, spindly man with a goatee and long, oily black hair.
What's the dwarf's name? Counselor dwarf.
Castellan Escabert the Red.
I say Castellan is a title.
Yeah.
It means keeper of the castle.
Yep, Castellan Escabert the Red.
Scobert.
So, Escabert hands Jet a key, informs him, and goes, "This will unlock the both inner and outer gates of the old tunnel." He then points at a few more guards, going, You, and you. Go with them, barricade the gate behind them. Only undo it when you see them coming back. So, the 3 of you, Jet, and 4 more guards, you head down to the old tunnel. And Jet walks right up to the gate, and he puts the key in. And the one here inside the door, it goes in pretty smoothly, clicks, opens right up. And you see it start to go out and then slope down and then turn out of sight.
Before we head down, I turn back to them and say, does anyone have any oil or grease that we could grease up a gate in case it's jacked up?
Just use Diamond's hair! Diamond shoots them a look. They immediately get quiet.
I snicker.
Yeah, because I don't have any oil on me.
I don't either.
Okay.
I'm gonna reach out and just slick through Diamond's hair, and
He swats at your hand.
and then
Big paw.
and then give a shrug, and then give a shrug.
I was kidding, but okay. I
Flask
still
of oil
have.
or something?
Yeah. Jet says, it's like, I've got oil for my lantern.
That'll
We
work.
can use that.
Yes.
Is that what you
From-
use
from-
in your hair?
I was about to say, I was about to have one of the guys say from him.
Oh my God.
Jinx.
He gives you this real dirty side eye as he lights his lantern and starts moving down, just grumbling to
Don't
himself.
get that too close to your hair.
Okay, it was funny when the other guy said it. Now I'm like, yee, on the Dragonborn. Like, I fail.
We Dragonborn are not known for our sense of humor.
Right, I fail at social cues, but you take that to an impressive level.
You have picked up on the social cue, and he still has not.
Yes, that's where I'm like, oh.
So yes, you go down the tunnel, and it winds, and it's probably good, 60, 70 feet before you finally are able to see the end gate, and you can see that the gate has actually had bushes grow up over and through it. When Jet gets up there, he has to take out his dagger and has to start carving away at some of the bush just so he can get down to the keyhole, and he gets down to it, and he puts the key in, turns, and there is just, it almost sounds like it's breaking. Just, and then you see him give a heavy pull, and just screaming of rusted iron bars on each other.
Nice.
As the gate does pull open. Jet does fiddle with and try to get the key out, but it's no longer turning. It is just in there.
Okay, well, the other guys back there will hopefully keep this from being overrun while we're gone.
So we should put some oil on the hinges
Yeah, but I mean,
if we can.
Okay.
See if we can get the key out.
The oil was your idea, so do high-low.
Hi.
he declares high.
Sorry. Hi.
He didn't roll.
I saw him roll, and I'm like, okay, well, you didn't say before you roll. So. Okay.
He was rolling.
You do squirt a good amount of oil onto the keyhole, but it's just jammed in there. He probably had to do more than unlock it when he turned it. So.
Nice.
But with the bushes that have grown over, this door is completely hidden. Like, you have to actively push aside, and then it's a single file squeeze to get out.
I'm just trying to fluff some leaves back into place, make sure it's.
Okay. Yeah.
Like your Christmas tree.
Just.
As you're fluffing the tree, you do hear some rapid and audible squeaks as from within these bushes that you guys have walked through, rats start to fall and pile out
Nice.
and form into two large twisting mounds of rat just biting and gnawing at everything in their path.
Nice.
Snacks!
I roll to eat.
What made it better was his face. Just snack.
Did you already have a kobold for snack?
So, yes, I need quick rolls for initiative for the...
Damn it. Oh, 6.
I'm less weirded out by the rats than I am by children, because I got a 17.
7. I'm not last yet again.
Yeah, you distracting fucker. I'm looking at you like, seriously? As he's licking his lip, looking at the ground. As I'm looking at him, I'm overwhelmed with rats all over me. God damn it.
Jet is up first.
Nice.
He does not really have anything to deal with this, so he cracks a case of oil, or one of his little containers of oil, and just throws it down into the rat swarm.
Oh, good plan.
And quickly steps away.
Fantastic.
It is now Zell's turn.
Excellent. I step back a little bit, and then I shoot a firebolt at the pile that he doused with oil.
Okay. You have to roll to hit it still, but...
Right. 18.
So for this, because he has applied the oil, roll a d8 plus your charisma modifier because it was a combination with the spell.
Okay.
And we will call that the damage from ignition.
Okay. Would the spell itself have done any damage against, because it's a single target spell?
It would have done 1 point.
Okay. That is.
Because you would have killed one tiny rat.
Right. That's kind of what I figured.
Are you using your magic fire thing?
That's why I get to add my charisma modifier for this,
Yeah.
I'm thinking. Because normally this wouldn't actually do any damage to them. So a total of 1d8 plus ability modifier is 6.
So 6 total damage?
6 total damage. They're on fire.
And they
Because
are.
Part of the effect of the spell is that it ignites flammable objects.
Nice.
So
Yeah. It's a combination of his oil plus...
is the only
Yeah.
reason I did it that way.
finding reasons and ways for you guys to fight these things.
Yeah.
And it is. They between the oil that's on them and probably the oil that comes with being a rat, it is now a tiny roving inferno. We now come up to Cespedes.
So there are 2 piles of these rats?
Yes, one of them
One
is
is
on
on
fire
fire.
and one is not.
All right. I'm going to use lightning breath on the other one, the other pile.
Okay.
I'm assuming they're less than 5 feet wide.
The piles themselves, if we were going to put it on a mini, would take up a 10-foot by 10-foot square.
So you get a 4th of.
Well, then
That's not a But that means you can hit
That's not a
like
good
10
use.
feet of them. You can hit half of them if you fire up lightning in a line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your
All
line spell would count as AoE damage, which is
Right.
what is needed to hurt swarms.
Okay, that's what we'll do.
And so they need to roll a reflex.
They roll.
They don't make it, don't worry.
Okay. It was a saving. Okay, I had 7 points of damage.
Okay. So one group of rats is on fire. The other one is electrocuted. I don't know why I keep forgetting how to pronounce your name until I see it. But Carradine, it is your turn.
I'm just going to go full defense.
Okay.
So, and Carradine is similar to the guy who played Bill in Kill Bill, Carradine.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I can remember it. Monk.
That works.
Which I did not pick. It was a random generator.
Right.
Like, why does this sound familiar? Why does it sound familiar? Kill Bill was on the other day, and I was like, son of a bitch.
Okay. So the swarm of rats are on fire. We're going to do their fire damage. And they begin to disperse as they are all either in fire or that just becomes to a point where they can't keep their cohesive bond as a swarm and start scurrying away in fear. The second group seem to cozy up to Carradine, who has gone full defense.
Yeah, dodge or whatever I got to do.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just you're able to just between your hands and legs swat them aside. They're not able to, and nothing's able to bite you.
Okay.
So we're back to the top with Jet.
Can any more of that oil?
He says, just what was in the lantern. And with that, he smashes the lantern on them.
On the group that's already on fire?
No, on
Or
the group that you shocked.
Okay.
He hits. This is absolutely an improvised weapon, so got a disadvantage of that shit. He still hits. I don't know. It's a lantern. It's got a little bit of oil. The other one was a combination with this D4. D4 sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. And he does. He hits them, and the lantern does shatter, and the oil and flame that were within it spread out, igniting. It doesn't ignite the same way that the actual casing of oil in the spell did, but it does seem to burn away a good chunk of the rats, causing more of them to flee. But there's still just this tangled mess of them warbling around. Now we go to Zell.
Do I think that more fire would help, or no? Or are they already pretty on fire?
They're pretty on fire.
Okay, then I don't think I can do anything. Unless, because my acid splash, well, technically a splash is still a targeted spell.
But does it cause any AoE damage at all?
It can hit one target or two targets within 5 feet of each other.
So you can AoE it then?
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure how you wanted to interpret that, so.
Yeah, because it's like if you hit one target, it takes like 2d6, and if you hit two targets, they each take 1d6.
No, it's 1d6 either way.
Oh, it's 1d6 either way.
But
Then-
it's 1d6 to one target, or 1d6 to one target and 1d6 to the target to the guy next to him.
yeah, that's splash damage, and that which ultimately makes it AoE damage, which is enough because Alchemist Fire
Right.
hurts these, and it does the same thing. And the splash damage it does is 1 point.
Okay. Then they make a dexterity save.
Maybe 12.
No,
Okay,
they
then
needed a 13. They take 3 points of acid damage.
and that is enough to cause the rest of them to scurry and break apart and flee.
Before they flee, I'm going to snag one.
Roll either in athletics or
Snack.
acrobatic.
All right.
I just had a sudden vision of us adventuring through life while Seth is over there enjoying the flavors of the world.
16.
Yeah, you're able to
And you gave
Snatch
me a
up
weird
one
look
of the
when I
little
wanted a
rats.
squirrel.
and it starts fidgeting madly around trying to escape your hand. It does try to take a bite out of you, but your scales are just too much for its teeth to penetrate with that bite it made.
I need to rip its head off.
That's an easy enough thing for you to do. You twist it like a beer cap, and it just pops right off.
I look at Jet and I'm like, can we just lead the way?
He's just... They're saving the town. They're saving the town. They're saving the town. I look immaculate, and they're saving the town.
Is it nighttime? Is it dark?
Yes, at this point in time, it is just after sunset.
Okay.
Does anybody have a breath mint?
God. No, maybe we can find something sweet and wriggly for you to eat. Like, are any mint-flavored insects around or something?
All right. Let's go.
I'm going to go ahead and I poke Cespedes. I'm like, give me back that copper piece.
Did I owe you a copper?
Here, there's that one that I put on a necklace for you so that I can cast light on it.
Quick question before you do that.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So as you make your way a little bit further down the hill from where this tunnel had led out, you do come up to a stream that's roughly shin deep and has some pretty good coverage going on it, and this will lead you more or less up to the mill. You do see signs of patrol from the cultists and the kobolds, and something that looks like a little bit of a larger lizard footprint. So are we going to sneak around, or are we going to charge it? How do we want to do this?
Well, I plan on sneaking around.
First, I'm gonna put my footprint next to that one and see if it's the same.
It's about the same.
It could be a dragon.
No, same size, different shape, still reptilian.
I don't think it's a dragonborn.
No, I don't think so either.
This would like being putting my foot next to like a dog's paw. Clearly, it was another mammal, but very different shape.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's the same size, so.
It's a big dog. All right. Well, you want to sneak in first and talk to whoever's in there, and then maybe we do a distraction or something.
I say if we can get that far. I mean, it's worth trying to sneak in, even if, Clunky McClunkerson over here doesn't, because, even if he draws attention, then we're still have an element of surprise.
Yeah.
And if he manages to not draw attention, then everybody's surprised and we succeed. So
Yeah.
I feel like you're talking about me.
you are the least dexterous, probably. Actually, I'm not sure about that. You are the least lithe and graceful member of this
Roll your insight.
little band.
Let's just end this. Just roll your insight, mister.
Yes, I'm talking about you.
So
19. 19.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
I'm
definitely.
definitely talking about you.
so if you roll below a 5, I was going to be like, you think they're talking about Jet.
Okay, well, I guess let's get in there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So as you're stealthing your way along, you do come up upon a group. This one consisting of a few kobolds and at least 2 cultists who seem to be actively searching along the riverbank. Roll me a stealth because you guys were trying to hide.
Mm-hmm.
12.
Don't worry, we all rolled like shit.
10.
22.
Jeez. Suddenly I'm noisy. Splish, splash, splish, splash, splish, splash.
I'm standing
down.
over there, completely invisible in the
I gotta roll
bushes, going,
Actually,
well... oh, wait. Isn't there...
yeah, if there's light foliage, we both probably have a nice
we have cover, right?
addition. Yeah. We can hide in light foliage, heavy
Oh, yeah.
rain,
We can
falling
attempt
snow.
to just... Yeah, we're not limited.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's bushes and stuff along. So
We're good at hiding in these things.
yeah,
We get hide in plain sight in those situations.
the cultists and kobolds do not seem to notice you all as they seem to move past you, moving further down
Away from the mill?
away from the mill.
Okay, then let's ignore them and keep going towards the mill.
Okay.
I'm surprised they didn't smell my breath, my rat breath.
They came real close, but they didn't.
Your rat breath doesn't smell much different than your regular breath.
There-
Gotta
there's-
be honest.
There's still the sounds of war behind you guys.
Okay. I guess pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you approach the mill, you do see that a number of no kobolds. These are all humans that are working this, and they're all attempting to set fire to the mill. You see what look to be 3, which are kind of in heavier armor, not wearing the purple cloaks, and then 1 wearing that deep, rich purple color. And they're just they're not even bothering to open the door. They're just sitting there with throwing oil and sitting there trying to ignite it with torches.
Okay, so Don't throw a fireball and help them out. Got it.
That'd be bad.
Well, do we just attack from behind?
How many people are there?
4 in total.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Go straight in.
Okay, so roll me attacks.
Okay.
What? No, I'm kidding.
21.
22.
Do they get to attack me on a surprise attack?
No.
Okay, well, I don't attack. I rolled. I mean, when you roll a straight up 1, you don't get to add your modifier.
No,
right?
you still get to add everything together, but it's an automatic miss, and don't worry, hilarity will ensue.
Excellent.
So, did you roll? Did you swing a sword? Did you?
Yeah, I was swinging my two-hand
Okay,
sword.
okay. And where?
So a 5. But a 1, really.
I don't know how, but somehow I lost Jet's sheet, so I got to roll his attack.
Oh, Jet.
Yeah, you each seem to take 1. First to say mine got to attack the guy in the robes.
Mine.
Okay.
Took me a minute to figure out what you said, but I got there. I rolled a 22 to hit and did 9 points of damage.
Okay. We'll start with Zell then. You attacked the guy in the robes, and you did how much?
9.
You set him on. What'd you attack him with? Bow?
Bow.
Okay.
It's quieter.
Your bow, your arrow just seems to bury itself in the base of his skull, and he just drops.
We can find another one to question. It's fine.
The one that I'm going after, apparently.
Carradine, what did you roll total?
The first one was a 21.
Okay, that hits.
And that was 9 points of damage. The second one I rolled a 22 for 5 points of damage.
Okay. And it's just that spear fist combo is enough to just beat this guard down and take him out. And you see Jet, actually, he pulls out a whip, cracks it around, grabbing, having it wrap around that guard's neck, and then he just pulls it onto his rapier, stabbing him in the back, driving him to the ground. Cespedes, you take a big swing, and with all of his friends falling down around him, this guard actually turns and raises his lantern to see what's going on. You clip the lantern, sending it flying. It crashes into the mill, igniting the roof.
Oh.
Oh, no.
No, I specifically didn't use fire.
Awesome.
And the guard is where did no? Well, thanks. Roll initiative.
Oh my God. Damn it,
Thank you.
Cespedes. Bonus action to slap him across the back of the head.
Cespedes.
14.
17.
23.
That's like the best we've ever rolled initiative
Yeah.
as a group before.
Yeah.
I lit the place on fire.
Uh-huh. Dolt.
Okay, so Carradine, what'd you get?
23.
Zell?
17.
Why did I even bother deleting yours? It was the same thing.
Oh.
Cespedes.
14.
Damn, Jet, you scary. So the guard turns to face you all, drawing a sword, and it is Carradine. You're up first.
I'm going to try and get past him to the fire, the pile of, what was it made of, the pile?
Oh, this is on the actual roof. There are water barrels nearby, just because they would collect rain and stuff like that.
I'm going to try and tip one of them over to put out the fire.
Okay, roll a strength check, because there's a little bit of a lift involved to get this up onto it.
Rolled a 1. 3 total.
Okay. You pull your back.
Yeah.
You're going to take disadvantage on physical activities for 2 rounds.
Oh, jeez. 2 turns or 2 rounds? Like 32 rounds?
Oh,
32
no.
turns?
No. 2 turns.
Okay.
So on your next turn and the turn after that.
Okay. Like, holy shit. All right.
Yeah. When your third turn comes up, no more.
Okay.
The reason I say 2 rounds is because if, let's say, she requires you to make some kind of physical activity and your third turn doesn't come up yet, you'd still be at disadvantage.
That's fine.
Okay, so next is Jet, who is going to try to ladder, rinse, repeat what he did to this guy. Ooh, what do you have to attack? Yeah, sure enough, he gets him with that, which deals... Damn. And this one's got to be like Jet's favorite move because, again, he just wraps it right around his neck and just pulls him right onto the rapier and just taking him out.
Nice.
Zell, it is your turn. The mill is on fire.
Do I think there's anything I can do about that?
There's a barrel of water that you saw him try to pick up and hurt himself. Cespedes, you are next in line, so if the two of you wanted to work together to lift it up, you could do that.
Perfect.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, so whoever has the highest strength, I will let you roll with advantage.
I have a 14.
I have an 8.
Okay, so roll with advantage.
I'm helping.
You are helping. That's why he gets advantage.
I know.
All right.
Okay, yeah, the two of you are able to easily lift this up, pour the water, and initially it causes, because it is oil, it to flash, but then because it's spread out because of the water, it quickly dies and dims down. And no sooner do you finish this than the mill door is kicked open and more guards and men in robes come rushing out. Aha! We have... Oh my god, what happened to them? They actually set it on fire. Like, there's a lot of...
We fixed it. It's fine. We fixed it. It's fine.
We're all fine here. We're all fine.
Yeah.
How are you?
They're going to make some attacks. So that is a miss. Cespedes taking attack of opportunity against one of the guards who swung at you.
12.
Okay. That is a miss. And
Roll higher than 12, everyone.
does a 15 hit you?
Roll higher than
No?
12.
Okay. So one of the guards misses you. One hits. That hits Dex. That does not hit Jet. That hits her. That does not hit her. Okay. So they all come pouring out. Where is the... There it is. That's bullshit. You're taken back by this sudden shockwave out of troops that are being actively combated. You know, these were not the citizens you were looking for. And one of the guards does bury his spear deep inside your stomach, only dealing 5 points of damage. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a crit.
Ooh.
Just real low.
Ow.
And then to Zell, one of the acolytes comes running up to you, swinging a club. Ooh, okay. And connects pretty solidly, dealing 7 points of damage.
Ow.
Yeah. For everyone, it was like 5, 5, 5, 20, 20, 5, 5.
It's all right.
All right.
And Jet is also getting taken on by one of the cultists. He takes a solid blow from a club as well. So we are back to the top with Carradine. There are two of the what you would call guards on you.
Okay.
Now wait, are these the townspeople?
No. They from what you've gathered from this, there were some on the outside that were trying to set it on fire, and then some that were hidden within that have now.
Okay.
Burst it out.
I wasn't sure because it almost sounded like the guys inside that were defending the place came
Right.
out. Okay.
No.
Okay,
These
I
are wearing.
wanted to- yeah.
These guys have the exact same uniform as the guys you just killed.
Okay, good. I just wanted to double check.
Yeah.
All right.
They were ready to go down in flames, but we ruined their idea.
So am I still at disadvantage to attack?
Yes.
Okay. So is it -2?
No. What you do is you roll.
Oh, that's right, 2
And take
dice.
the lowest.
6, 12.
That misses.
Okay.
So next is his turn. Jets. He's gonna. He likes his mode of operating. He really likes this mode of operating. Just it's like machine work. As he takes one of the cultists that was on him down. Next is Zell.
All right. Are there people like next to me right now?
Yes, there are two of the robed figures that are very much up in your face. You can shoot in melee.
Mm-hmm.
This does not provoke an attack of opportunity. You just shoot at disadvantage,
Okay. Well, screw that. I'm pulling out my longsword.
which is perfectly fine.
So, and if I drop the bow, I can swing it two-handed.
Yes.
Okay. And we're doing that.
It's not a magic bow, so roll me a d20 when you... So first roll your attack,
Or
and then roll me
can I use a bonus action to put it away? Does that work?
No.
Didn't think so. Okay. D20 to what?
Basically, let me know if you roll a 1.
Okay. No, I did not.
Okay.
It looked like I did because I rolled a 7, but I rolled a 7 and not a 1.
That is a key thing. Okay, yeah. So now roll your attack. Like I said, two-handed. So
All right.
All of my ones have been 7s.
Shit. It's a 10.
okay. You hit.
Oh, okay.
He's just wearing robes.
He is easier to hit than a tiny kobold. Fantastic. I guess he's a bigger target. Is the logic there?
And the kobold is wearing armor. This guy is
Yeah.
not.
Makes sense. Oh wait, no, it's a D10 because I did the thing that I said I did. So 6 points of damage.
Okay. So you cut deep into this robed figure, and it wheezes in pain. Cespedes, you are up.
How many are left?
There are 4 in armor. There are 3 not in armor. 2 of which in armor are up in your face.
Okay, I'll take on one of those guys then. With a two-handed longsword. Miss.
What'd you roll?
7.
Okay. An actual 7?
No, 3 plus
Okay. Yeah, no, so you swing and miss. It is their turn, so 2-1. That's a miss. That's a miss. That's a miss. Carradine, you get an attack of opportunity against one of the guys attacking you. Still a disadvantage, but
No.
okay. It's Jet. It's not a Jet. Alright, okay. The one that had hit you, no, the one you had hit, you
Okay.
see it grasp the wound, and the wound begins to close.
Oh, fuck you.
The one left on Jet, now realizing where he is, he tries to move back a little bit to create some distance, and you see him attempt to strike Jet with some flame, but Jet is able to dot out of the way.
Good thing it didn't get close to his hair.
Oh yeah, no, you'd all be dead. That's a nuke waiting to happen. Carradine, this is your second turn with everything at disadvantage.
Yep. Natural 20 and a 1. Sweet. Next.
Okay, we're gonna have your guy take an attack of opportunity against you. He misses. So next is Jet, who did not appreciate that guy. Oh, he didn't appreciate that at all. Oh, maybe he appreciated it a little. Okay, and Jet just continues to take down the people that were on him. So now it is over to Zell.
Okay.
There's still the 2 acolytes on you, and the one that you have previously injured is now standing full upright.
Okay. Like, no longer hurt at all upright, or still a little bit hurt?
No longer hurt at all.
Oh, fuck that guy. We're gonna try it again. I'm gonna hit him with a sword in the face. I don't like him. And I feel I can get more power behind that swing.
You feel like you can dial it up.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna Tides of Chaos this for advantage.
Okay.
Woo! So I got an 22 to hit.
That does hit. Now what does Tides of Chaos do?
Tides of Chaos just literally just gives me advantage on a roll once per day.
Oh, okay.
Or unless you decide to make me roll on a magic surge at some point, and then I can get it back before once per day. That's the wrong die. Sorry. Hang on. That wouldn't have even been the right die if I was swinging one-handed. There we go. That is 11 points of damage.
And you got some real oomph behind it this time.
Like I said,
You-
choked up on it a little bit.
Yeah, you connect his hips, and he just spills out onto the ground. Now going back to their turns. So again, Cespedes, you and these guys are having this very awkward bladed dance. Like none of you are coming even close to hitting each other.
It's like an air slap fight.
Yeah, with swords.
Yes.
It's just practice. Just practice.
Carradine, one of them is able to hit you for 4 points of damage. And the remaining robed figure is going to look over at...
Did I get skipped?
No.
Okay.
Oh, you did. You did. Go. Before I resolve this last person.
12.
That's a miss. So there we go. No, we didn't skip you. We just had a premonition. So the Acolyte continues to go against Zell. This time it tries its own casting. You need to roll me a dex save.
Okay. Are there attack opportunities for magic against melee
Nope.
anymore? Okay, I didn't think so. I was hopeful. Dex save. So is there a penalty for it, or?
If they're doing a attack, it's disadvantage.
Okay.
Because then because if it's a ranged attack, it's disadvantage. If it's because remember like shocking grasp, where even though it was a melee touch attack, you could still get a attack of opportunity against you because you were casting a spell. Yeah, for those things, it's gone. It's just a regular attack. And then for this one, where it's making you make a save, those also don't have disadvantage.
Okay. I failed.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 1.
Oh yeah, you.
Dun dun dun.
Yes. No. It's,
So
Does this chain of
I say
attacks of opportunity keep rolling for a while?
yeah, no. Actually, on save spells, it's considered a crit fail on a save is considered crit damage.
Ouch! I did not know that.
Yeah. No, it's
I'm coming to your
ultimately
rescue
better
next
and
round.
worse.
Wow.
Because think of it, you can do this to somebody,
Yeah.
but you only take 5 points of damage because that is some bullshit.
Okay.
It's like, oh, you crit them below half of a regular roll.
Still, I'm not happy right now. I am thoroughly not happy.
Are you pleased?
No. I'm the opposite of pleased.
Or I'm sorry,
Jubilated.
are you amused?
We
not
are not
amused?
amused.
Carradine, it is your turn. You no longer have the disadvantages.
that last miss, I cracked something in my back. I feel better now.
It's like that scene in The Incredibles. Hey!
And that is a 22
Yeah, you hit him
Yes.
solidly.
for 8 points of damage.
Burying your spear into him, just feeling vindicated, like, yes!
And a 17
That hits.
to back it up for 6 points of damage.
And the machine is running again as you 1-2 take him down.
So I still got one on me.
Yeah, you still have one on you.
Is it a soldier or is it a...
It's a soldier.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah.
Now, quick question. Flurry of blows using a key. Do I get a regular attack? And then it says immediately after you take an attack action. Is that after my main attack and my martial art bonus unarmed? Is that an additional 2 more after that?
Let me
How does
pull it
that
up. Let me pull that up.
Because martial arts is that, if I do one successful attack, then I can do an unarmed attack. But if I spend a key point, am I able to do 2 additional unarmed strikes
I think what it is,
as a bonus action?
before I get it up, you get your attack,
Right.
your special attack, and then you spend the key point to get a third total attack. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Because I think like another thing you can do is spend a key point after getting the 1-2 key point, and then it's dodge.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But when you look it up, it might be you spend a key point, and that gets you the.
What I wrote
so-
down is immediately after you take an attack action on your turn, you spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Yeah. So then, anytime you were making an attack, you should have been spending a key to get the second one.
Okay.
You should have been spending the key point.
That is actually under martial arts, under the monk ability.
All right, let's see. Yeah. Let
It
me
was
finish.
first level.
Right. 'Cause you don't get key points there.
Yeah. Didn't have key points until just recently.
Classes official monk.
Because I would assume it would be a third attack, the second unarmed attack.
Class features.
There.
Martial arts. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. So martial art automatically gives you the 1.
Right.
And then
Does that say bonus attack?
no, it just says it doesn't say bonus. Right there. Oh no, hold on. Strike
So
as
how
a
many hit
bonus
points do you have
action,
left?
assuming you haven't already
have 4
taken
left.
a bonus action.
Okay. So the key
Um,
point would just allow
let me-
2 instead of the 1.
Let's check the key points here. Starting at second level, bam, here. Fury blows. Immediately after you take the attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Basically, it takes that turns it from 1 to 2. Yeah, I didn't think you got 4 attacks
Right.
this early. Eventually, you do.
Yeah. Then I'm going to spend a key point and smack the other guy cinematically. The punch, punch, punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I fail. He
Okay.
gets an attack opportunity. Ay, 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 ay.
She
Man.
misses.
Should have done it all at once. All right.
I'm rubbing off from 300 miles
Damn
away.
you, son.
On
Or no, it's more than
camera,
that.
dude.
Son of a bitch must die.
All right.
Oh, I see. It just upgrades your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it upgrades his martial art. So next is Jet, who, seeing that you're back in action and you looking fairly bloody,
Ow!
is going to come after your acolyte. And gonna jet.
Whippy.
Yeah, he's going to whip,
Whippy.
and now watch him nay. God damn. Well, fuck, man. He, like, very cleanly, again, catches him with the whip, and then just takes the rapier and just through one temple out the other and draws it out, and it's clean.
Ooh.
As the acolyte then just collapses down.
Drop the acolyte, Mike.
Yes. Hey, you guys finally outnumber. What's there?
Nice.
Seriously, duelist fighter. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. So next is... That was Jet. Zell, it is your turn.
Okay, how many are left?
There are 3 guards.
Okay.
There's 2 on Cespedes. They cannot even come close to hitting each other. And then
All
there
3 of
is
them.
there is one over on Carradine, and they've been exchanging blows pretty fairly.
Okay, and are the 2 on Cespedes next to each other?
Yeah, everyone's within 5-10 feet of each other.
Okay, well, if they're within 5 feet of each other, I'm going to acid splash to those 2.
Okay.
So they roll dex saves.
One gets a 19, and the other one gets an 8.
Okay, well, the one who gets a 19 succeeded. The other guy did not.
Okay. I would hope 19 succeeds.
Yes.
Fuck you
At
failed.
second level, yeah.
What?
Cool, max damage. So the one 6 and 3, depending on who made and who didn't.
Okay. And they kind of like yield up in pain. Cespedes, it's your turn. The guys that
All right,
you've been
can I-
fighting all of a sudden scream.
All right, and I'm going to use that opportunity to run over to Zell
Okay.
and cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay. You are leaving combat, so that will be an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Okay.
I trust they'll miss.
One of them missed so bad he might hit his buddy.
Nice.
It's like, who threw acid on me? Was it you?
The 3 stooges take off after each other.
And what you
I
see
inspire chaos.
is
It makes sense to me.
There you go.
No, you really did. Because what you see is Cespedes take like a beeline between them, and both guys just swing and just miss him. And now I gotta see if they hit each other. Okay. And they do. They just rock each other's armor.
Nice.
Cespedes, your most effective attack has been running away.
Running away. Perfect.
I take credit
Yes,
because I'm me.
you inspired it. And I mean, they rock each other pretty hard. They're kind of wobbling.
Zelda's the Home Alone, like, yes, down to one knee.
Yeah. So you run up to
Watch
her.
this,
You
I'm gonna
cast
run
Cure Light
between them.
Wounds. So roll your heals. Also, don't forget you have the potions of cure.
Yes.
So or the heal potions.
There's my 8.
It's a
There it
2d4
is. 2d4 plus 4.
plus 4.
So you get to regain 5 hit
Cool.
points.
That negates an entire hit that I took, so I'm happy.
Nice.
So that is his turn. So we're back on them. So one's going to go to Carradine, miss. The 2 guards are going to come up. One's going to go for... Okay. One goes for Cespedes, and one goes for Zell. Just not happening with Cespedes, and also not happening with Zell. Just they're bleeding. They're starting to reassess the situation.
I cackle.
As I think to myself quietly, am I immune from destruction? I didn't say it out loud.
I was just about to say, if you had said that out loud, I would have reinforcing that opinion, but you didn't, so I can't.
Carradine, it is your turn.
15?
Miss.
It's all right.
Yeah. Your spear just seems to skip right off his pauldron. Jet is going to... Because he was already over there by you guys. He's going to attack one of the guards. And he misses. Wow. It's always weird when the NPC has just been like, yeah, just fucking just going along.
One hand on hip. I'm disappointed in you.
Oh, no, but the rapier got the other one. Because he kind of like lashed with whip and stuck with rapier. And one of the guards that was over on you guys does in fact go down now. So it is 2 guards. One fresh on you, one not so fresh.
Yep.
The 3 of you. Not so fresh is going to try to run away.
Okay.
So whoever wants to take an attack of opportunity can.
I got a sword in my hand.
And you get an attack of opportunity as the fresh guy completely whiffs. Jet misses.
I got a
No.
21 to hit him.
You hit. Suspicious, did you?
Oh, no, I didn't. 9.
Okay.
For 8 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Suspicious, you went where his head was, but it's already gone because Zell has taken him out at the waist, and he just doubles over and then just begins to bleed out on the ground. Carrot.
Can I catch up with him easily?
Well, no. The one that was fighting you, he's still there, and he swung and missed. He rolled a 1.
Okay. I thought he was running. When you said he whiffed, I thought he was...
Oh, yeah, no, it was a complete whiff. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
You got your attack of opportunity on him.
All right.
And so I wanted to know if you hit him or not.
20. I missed on the attack at opportunity.
Oh, okay, yeah. And yes, a 20 does hit.
All right. That is for 8 points of damage.
Okay. And
He's still up.
he's still up.
I'm going to spend my second key point and do the 2 other... That one missed. And another 22 for the
Yep,
third
that
one.
hits.
Are they in order? Like if I miss one, does it break it or does it?
No, it doesn't break. So what it is if you hit with the first one and you spend the key point, you get the 2 extra attacks.
The martial arts just...
Yeah,
says that.
it's on the initial hit.
Okay. The second attack did 8 points of damage.
Okay. And this was the 1-2 combo with a flourish in the middle.
Okay.
Or at least that's what you're going to call it.
It's the oh shit. Get
You know,
that shit together.
you did one like wide strike, which was so you stab, which makes him turn, and you do the wide strike, which he's seen you do before on his buddy, so he was more on guard for that. But what he didn't watch was the knee come right up under his chin and send him tumbling back, anime
So
style.
he's knocked out, right? He's not dead, because that second attack is always bludgeoning.
Right, and
We did need somebody, didn't we?
technically they're
Yeah.
all bleeding out.
Right. There's also plenty of guys to choose from if we accidentally
Right.
kill all of these. There's a whole group around the sanctuary, and
Right.
I'm sure we can find some more if we need to.
But there were 3 actual more in charge looking dudes in armor, right? Down by the church.
Oh, down by the church,
I thought.
there were several of them. Like all of these guys look very much official and with the
Okay.
everyone here looks official and with the
Okay.
cult. So far, what you've seen 3 flavors.
Okay.
You've seen kind of a dirty grayish purple.
Okay.
Then you've seen the guys in armor, which it's like it's nice cut leather armor, and they come with matching leather masks with little prongs coming off of them, and they've got like purple cloaks. And then there are these guys with you who are up here who have a much deeper, richer purple, and they also have the pronged masks.
Okay.
Okay. I picked my bow up.
Your bow is perfectly fine.
I guess we'll take one of these armored guys that are really fancier looking and tie them up to take back at least one of them.
Okay.
Okay.
You do that. I'm going to go make
Okay.
sure the people in the mill know that it's okay to come out now.
Okay.
Yeah. So on the outside, Jet knew that you guys were going to try to bring somebody back, and he actually has a pair of manacles.
Perfect.
So snaps those on. And then when you go inside, you actually see, and it is like 10, 15 people in various states of bruising, all bound and gagged inside the mill.
Well, then I start untying people.
Yeah, and with your short sword, it's easy, or your long sword, it's easy just to walk up and just slash and work the knots and get them all done. It takes a couple minutes. Once the guy on the outside is manacled, Jet does come in and start to help. And this is where Jet informs me. He goes, I think it might be best if we split here. I'll lead them and our prisoner back to the keep if you want to move towards the sanctuary. And he gives you some quick little instructions, like if you go here, here's where all like the little alleys are that can lead you. And then what you'll actually find is if you can get inside the Nestle Nook Inn, you'll be able to go up to the second floor, which will give you a pretty good view of the sanctuary as a whole.
Okay.
Okay. I memorize his directions. I'm good with those.
Make sure to come outside and get me. I'm outside practicing my sword against a tree right now because I had so many misses.
You've kind of realized that you've probably taken out a couple of patrols along with, as you've moved through, because there seem to be fewer and fewer. And one thing you do notice when you get up inside the Nestle Nook up onto the second floor is a lot of the kobolds seem to be leaving with their armloads of loot.
Okay.
So it's just in addition to the couple of deaths that that this raiding party really has taken, they don't seem to be dispersing, but clearly not everyone's part of the cult, and some people are here just to get paid.
Right.
And as soon as you have that paycheck, they're cashing out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So at the sanctuary, you see in front of the sanctuary, they have finished construction of that battering ram, and you see behind the ram there are 2 of the cultists And holding up the actual battering ram itself are 6 kobolds who are all seen moving in unison at the direction of one of the armored individuals, but his is far more decorative. If you had to guess, he at the very least is probably on the same level as the because his purple is like that same deep rich that you saw in the
Tower.
Over at the mill. Sorry, where the other robed figures are that kind of dingier purple, and they are actively battering the doors. And the doors are, while they are getting hit solidly and are shaking, are still holding. Okay. Second, what you see is this group that seems to be making a large winding circle around the sanctuary. It's a pretty big group as well, with 3 of the guys in the very dingy purple, about 10 kobolds, and 2 of these kind of long, very stocky, very large cat-sized lizards that are actually flicking their tongues and jutting out and seem like snapping at nothing.
Creepy.
Before we move on, I'll heal everybody,
Okay.
if that's all right.
I'm down 9.
I'm fine with that. I'm down 7 still.
Down 7. I will give each of you 5.
Cool. Thank you.
That works.
And from here you can't quite see, but there does appear to be another small group of working in where you would know to be the back door of the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Might be easier to do that first than take out the guys in the back.
Oh yeah, let's sneak. Stealth is my expertise.
So holding up this is the battering ram huge, like a large log, or is it just?
It's a pretty large log that has
6 kobolds holding it?
Yeah, they've like driven some spikes into the side of it so they can pick it up, put it all on their shoulders, and they're charging forward with it. And what you have is on the back, the 2 human are pushing it, so you have the kind of like the speed with the back guiding and making sure it doesn't reverberate too far back.
How fresh is the log?
Did
they chop it off of a tree, or was it sitting in a firewood pile somewhere?
They probably chopped it off of a tree.
Damn. Okay.
I mean, there's plenty of trees around, and it's now, to be fair, it's in a huge log or anything by that, and it's definitely not a siege battering ram.
Right. No, I was just thinking that if it was well-seasoned wood, I could just light it on fire.
Yeah.
But if it's
You can always try.
I don't know that that'll work so well, and I don't want to do that if it's going to give away a position that we're not ready to defend, and it's not going to be super effective against the log. I don't know. If there's a smaller group attacking the back door, it might be easier to take them out first, and then do our same,
Get people out.
the mill, giving people a chance to either help or, just give ourselves more options.
Yeah.
While
I
still
agree.
taking out enemies.
Yeah.
Can we sneak around to the back?
You may most certainly try.
I try.
All right, roll me stealths.
Ooh,
Sounded
I got
good.
21.
I got an 8.
A 14. I wasn't last.
All right, you roll.
I feel no need to stick very close to them.
So
Nice.
the only people actively looking for people are the patrol, and you've waited till they're on the other side. You've kind of gotten an idea. It takes them almost 10 minutes to make a full lap. And so you waited till they were past, and then you moved. And you're able to move into position to get a better view of the back, but still be hidden.
Okay.
Okay.
And what you see here are 2 of the cultists and 6 kobolds seem to be building up a pile of wood and other flammable materials at the back door. And at this point in time, they're pouring oil over it, and one of them's got a torch.
Why do people keep making convenient things to light on fire that I can't light on fire in good conscience? God damn it, and I shoot somebody with an arrow.
How far away?
Okay.
Not a firebolt.
Oh, they're maybe 30 feet. We'll call the move action to get there. So she already said she's shooting, so shoot.
Can I throw a javelin?
You can throw a
I'm gonna
javelin.
race
They're
up
actually
there.
a thrown weapon. You've been using them as stabbies this whole time, but they're actually throw.
I rolled a 21 to hit it.
Okay.
Okay. Did you want to hit a cultist or a kobold?
I want to hit the guy holding the torch.
Okay. And yes, you do hit him. And that would be one of the cultists. They seem to lord over... The only thing they seem to lord over are the kobolds.
Okay. He takes 5 points of damage.
Okay. Let me put some stuff together.
And I'm pitching a javelin at one of the other humans.
Okay, so there's 2 humans and then...
Oh, sorry. Were you not ready?
What?
It's all right.
And I rolled a 19.
That also hits. You said you did 5, right?
5 points of damage, yes.
Okay. The 2 of them, the 2 humans double over in pain.
I'm going to race up to the one with the torch.
Okay.
And does a 14 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right. 6 points of damage.
Okay. And you dispatch him.
Okay.
He falls over, and the torch rolls off to the side, not hitting the
Okay.
the flammable pile.
And the other attack is a 25
That hits.
for 6 points of damage to
Okay.
the other guy.
All right. And you're not spending the key point. You're just doing the...
I'm out of
Okay.
key.
And you walk, arrow, javelin, pop, pop, and the humans go down. It is now just the kobolds who just kind of like, all of a sudden, there's an elf. And they all, and they had just been piling up wood, and so that's what's in their hands. They're just kind of,
There's an elf, a guy with an
I
arrow,
look
a
at
guy
them
with a javelin, and they're
As a-
both dead.
As a free action, take it down.
Are you trying to intimidate?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll let you roll that.
10.
Do you speak Draconic?
I do not.
Okay. They do not take it down,
Okay.
but instead, well, they do drop the wood that they were holding in order to reach and draw weapons.
That's fine.
I am going to need initiatives.
Damn it.
These guys are just surprised.
Don't worry, Kirk. I'm pretty sure 6 is lower than what you got.
9.
I got a 15. I was ready for this one. I mean, not as ready as I was the last time, but
Okay, Zell, you are up. It's all kobolds.
okay. I shoot a kobold. Actually, I acid splash 2 kobolds if they're next to each other. And
Yeah, they're all kind of
They're
in a
kinda clumped
cluster.
up.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
they were all actively working on building a pyre, and
okay, then I need 2 of them to make dex saves.
they do not make it.
Okay.
Nice.
I keep rolling max damage on this. They take 6 points of damage.
And they just seem to disintegrate into little puddles. Next, it is Carradin's turn.
I'm just tossing these baseball-sized globes of like green glowing acid,
She's chewing invisible gum.
Right.
Just in the back of the head, just hear
tossing it up a couple times.
16.
That hits.
5 points of damage. And 21
That hits.
for 6 points of damage.
And you also dispatch 2 kobolds very quickly. Just pop, 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 pop. Cespedes, it's your turn. There are 2 kobolds standing and they're fiddling with the knives on their belts.
All right. 2-handed longsword.
Shink.
22 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah.
Hopefully that
And,
beheads somebody.
8 points of damage.
does.
You quickly dispatch that kobold. The one kobold that's left just kind of looks left, looks right, and just sprints off.
I giggle.
Carradin and Cespedes, you both get attacks of opportunity.
I giggle because I can't hit it.
Oh,
All right. Try to throw a javelin
it's
at
12.
That hits.
Oh,
it. 9.
That does not hit.
10 points of damage. Or max damage.
And again, Cespedes, the reason you keep missing is because things keep dying before your blow gets there. You're just a little short in the speed. So you now have a pile of bodies, a pile of oiled wood, and a door.
Take away the pile.
Yeah.
I'm going to go retrieve my 1 javelin out of the dead human.
Make sure that torch is out too before we start throwing oiled wood.
Okay.
Wooden pieces over.
You stomp out the torch, which is pretty simple to do. Zell starts breaking down the structure, which means he was only like just kind of like pushed up there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just.
So it's very easy to pull across.
Which is great because I am not the strongest of people. I do not have the mighty.
We have the same.
14.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Not weak, just not. The
And
strongest.
while you're doing this, you do actually hear from the other side that as the
Oh, okay.
ram is making contact with the front of the door.
Okay.
Hurry up and take it.
Yeah. So
a
the
little faster.
Can I politely knock on the back door?
roll me a persuasion.
Okay. Oh, 9.
Okay. The door does not open.
I didn't. Okay. Well,
Is it locked from the inside?
You try the handle. It is in fact locked.
Okay.
I assumed if they were trying to burn it down that it was going to be locked.
The fuck's his name? The main guy. We've been sent by Night Hill to rescue you.
Yeah. Okay. Roll a persuasion this time with advantage.
Oh, 19. That is 25. Yeah, 25.
Okay.
Oh, I guess that works too.
With that, the door, there's a little like slat, and that kind of opens up, and they can see your faces, and they're like,
Hello.
and they kind of like, I don't recognize you.
No, but we're not wearing cultist anything.
You could have taken them off.
Yes, we could have, but would we then know what's his name's name?
Castilian. Escobar.
In the background, I just pick up one of the dead cultists to show
Oh!
the door. And then drop him.
Okay.
They need your help in the keep.
Yes, they're breaking through the door.
Okay.
And they do. They open up, and it's one acolyte holding the in just simple gray and brown robes. He holds the door open as 6 or 7 priests come out, along with there are like 50 people who are all hiding up in here. So it's a small army now. Comes running on. They go, where are the rest of the guards?
Well, still at the castle.
We have to run all the way to the castle, and then there starts being a little bit of commotions. Like, do we go back in? Do we?
I don't think
We came through the city. We hid. We're going to go in pods of 4, groups of 4, leapfrog through the city. We'll take care of any patrols.
Yeah.
That's how we got here.
Okay. Roll me one more persuasion, again with advantage, because you've already...
19?
Okay. Out of fear, the crowd just seems to just go with it, because at this point in time, they're already outside.
Yeah.
And, they start picking up whatever small pieces of wood from that pile, and you just hear, still on the other side of the door, boom,
Yep.
boom. And you've probably about 5 minutes before the patrol comes
Okay.
around the
Back around,
corner
yeah.
to this end.
Okay.
Okay.
Get them out. Close the door back.
Yeah. Quick shove the pile of wood back up against the back door.
Okay. And while you're doing that, the first round starts to go along the path that you guys have pointed out.
I say, you know the city. Go that way. Give you directions. You should understand them.
And, okay, so what I'm going to need, one of each of you, I need to roll a stealth check, and we're just going to call this to see if and when you guys run into anybody.
Okay.
18.
11. I'm worse when there are people around.
So you guys get about halfway through the city before, and it's like right there in the middle of...
You saw mine, right?
Yes, I saw it.
Okay.
Right there in the middle of the group, a group of a patrol does come across the inhabitants and immediately starts raking into them.
I rolled a
Yeah, you
1.
did. That's why that's why the patrol got the surprise round. And they've immediately cut down some villagers and 2 of the priests. Roll me initiative.
Fuck. 5.
18.
16.
I'm warming up, and there aren't any small children around.
Oh yeah, there are.
Damn it. Don't tell me that. I was doing fine. I don't know why they make me uncomfortable.
You're just remembering the last time.
Maybe. Checking my pockets again.
All right, Zell, you were up first. You see about 5 kobolds, 2 of those cultists, and 1 of those lizard dog cat things.
Yee.
It's that lizard dog cat that has buried its face inside of a priest and is eating it out. Just starting from the gut. The priest is still screaming. He's going to die. There's no coming back from this, but he's
Right.
not there yet.
Is that an Arcana thing that I might recognize, or is it
Yeah, you can roll
something
it.
else?
And this is one of those things where it's like, if you're trained in a knowledge check,
That's why
you
I'm
can do a
asking
part of
if
your
it's an
move.
Arcana thing,
Yeah.
because anything else I wouldn't know offhand. 17.
Yeah, you've actually heard of these things before. They are specifically called ambush drakes. These are of draconic ancestry. However, they are unaligned to either Bahamut or Tiamat. And while intelligent for a beast, they do not possess their same dragonkin's level of sentience.
Okay. Well, I'm mad at it, and I'm going to pull out a spell I haven't tried before. And I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb. I'm going to summon another baseball. This one a Thunder Baseball.
Okay.
I've decided that whenever I cast the spell, it's a random energy type because that's just my character.
Yeah, that's good. Also what you would know from that is that these guys are resistant to poisonous effects.
Okay. But, so I roll an attack roll.
Is this a little cantrip or a level 1 spell?
It's a level 1.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
I did not roll a 1 or a 20.
Okay.
Okay. And I rolled a hit. Fuck. I got an 11.
That does in fact miss.
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Yep. So that goes wide. So now it is Cespedes' turn.
I'm gonna go after the. Oh, I lost your picture. I'm gonna go after the lizard.
Okay. Which one? The little humanoid lizard or the dog lizard? Because
The dog lizard.
okay. Because kobolds are lizards.
26.
Yeah, that hits.
And then 10 damage.
You golf club swing this thing, lifting it off of its prey, and in doing so, you kind of swing enough to do a mercy killing of finishing off the priest as well.
Nice.
Or at the very least, his screams have stopped.
Yeah.
It is now Carradin's turn.
I want to race up between the two human. 14?
That's a hit.
All right. That is 6 points of damage. And that second one missed.
Yeah, he's still up. And what was the second one?
I missed. I rolled a 3.
Oh, yeah, that is a miss. Now it is their turn. So, come to him in a minute. The two acolytes swing their daggers at you, but both miss. 3 of the kobolds continue to prey upon the main group and body. That at this point in time, because they know where you guys are telling them to go, and they've just gone to a full-blown sprint. They're not
Okay.
They're dropping people, and they've foregone all.
That's fine.
And 2 of the kobolds come up to Uzel, and they attempt to stab you with their daggers. They're just not able to connect. And the Drake takes a barking bite at Cespedes, but also misses.
Nice.
And the 3 kobolds that were attacking the rest of the group do go off with them.
Damn.
It is Zel's turn. You have 2 kobolds on you.
I have 2 kobolds on me. It's probably, I'll just, longsword. 2-handed longsword. That's when I roll a 19, so I think I hit it
Yes, you do.
for almost max damage. 11.
Yep. You split this kobold up, and the kobold next to you says,
Completely unarmored, hardly wearing clothes. God damn it.
well, I mean, so are they.
I know. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, probably lizards recognizing. Whatever. I'm just saying it's funny from my perspective.
Oh, it's funny from everybody's perspective, but it's lost on the kobolds. Like all the acolytes that you did this to, they were like, "What the fuck?" The kobolds are like, "Yeah, it's Tuesday. What do you want?" Finally, you understand. So next would be Cespedes. We will come back to his turn.
Okay.
But Carradin, if you want to go,
Okay.
you've still got both acolytes around you.
Damn it. 11.
I think that hits. That does hit.
Oh, wow. 7 points of damage?
Is this the one you already hit?
Yes.
Yeah, he drops.
Okay. And 16 to hit the other one
That hits.
for 8 points of damage.
It is still up, but is all kinds of wobbly.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go after him again with the 2-handed longsword. 22.
That-
Hey, I'm rolling good. I can't believe it.
That hits.
And 8 points damage.
Okay. Another big swing. This is probably like the hardiest thing you guys have fought. It's still just hanging in there, rolling with the tumbles. So then we go to their turns because that already happened. So Cobalt swings, Cobalt misses, Acolyte swings, Acolyte hits. You take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And Drake swings, and Drake misses.
Okay.
You see 2 of the kobolds drag a man and a woman each down to the ground and just start perforating them. The other kobold still nipping at the heels.
Okay.
So now we're back up to the top. Zell.
All right. Still one next to me.
Yep.
Okay. Decapitate it. Rolled an 8.
So what's your total?
No, that is my total.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you miss.
I figured.
You went to decapitate, and you
swung
realized
high.
that they're only 3 feet tall.
Yeah. I mean, I'm used to being shorter than a lot of humans, but I gotta readjust. Sorry.
Yeah. You swung even when you needed to swing down a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Cespedes, it's your turn with this Drake thing.
All right.
Still wiping the last
I
one's
can
blood
cast
out
a
of my
spell
eyes.
and then attack. Is that
Hair.
correct?
Sort of.
Like
It depends on. So if
gonna-
the spell is a bonus action,
it's a bonus attack action.
which spell?
Thunderous Smite.
Thunderous Smite. All right, let me take a look at that.
It says 1 bonus action.
One bonus action. Then, yep,
Yeah.
you can Thunderous Smite.
All right, I'm gonna Thunderous Smite this bitch. Hopefully I hit it. Does a 15 do it?
Let me check.
Please.
It's pretty close. I know that much. 15? Yeah, you hit.
Yeah. All right. You're going down. All right. So I rolled 12 plus 2 is 14 plus 19 points of damage.
You explode this thing. Just
Should have done that at first.
like you make contact with it, and at first it doesn't seem like anything's happened until it starts to bubble and perforate from the inside before finally just this column of lightning just shoots out of it as it explodes, ripping through all of its bones.
I like that.
God, this thing lasts for 1 minute. First time you hit with a melee attack during the spells. You don't have to worry about the strength saving throw because it just dies. But like, knock prone. What's the continuous effect if its duration is 1 minute? Oh, you cast it and then it's on there until it hits. Okay.
Nice. That's even better. So if he would have missed.
Yeah,
he
so
just
because it's the
kept
first
swinging.
time you strike.
Nice.
Cool.
I got
So it's like it's literally cranking it up and then being like, "I'm going to smite you." But I believe that is both of your spells.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So
Just got one cultist.
yeah, there's the one cultist and one cobalt, but there's only one cultist on you.
Okay. Is it his attack or mine?
It's yours. You go first. Sorry.
That doesn't hit.
Okay. This cultist being kind of weary. Let's see if he's got anything fun. I mean, you guys have been killing them so quick that I don't get to see if they have anything fun.
I mean, that one guy healed himself, and then I killed him some more.
Yeah, that was a different cultist.
Yeah. All right.
No, they don't.
Daggers.
They're
Dagger.
not quite. They're just dagger. And they don't dagger that well.
Okay.
And then the cobalt is going to try to get you. Mm-hmm. Ooh, maybe. Does a... Oh, yeah, I'm going to assume a 19 hits you.
No. Yes. Okay.
Does it?
Yes. No, it hits me. I
Oh, okay.
thought about doing something else. I'm going to go ahead and do that other thing. I'm going to cast Shield as a reaction.
Okay, what does shield do?
It adds 5 to my armor class until my next action, including against the attack that just hit me, which brings my AC up to 21 currently. So
it is about to bury this dagger into your flesh before you just like raise up your hand block and just the shield comes up and it just scrapes and sparks fly. Again, just confusing the kobold.
I don't believe in physical armor. I believe in all of the magical protection I can layer on myself right
Hey,
now.
if it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not saying boo. Also, roll me a d20.
Yeah, that is a first level spell. 10.
Okay. Because we believe in magic.
Yes, we do.
All right. So,
I might qualify as a young girl's heart, you know.
one of the kobolds that is chasing after the group trips and just eats it on the road. The other two still just keeping up, harassing the group as it's like watching the hyenas in The Lion King with the wildebeest.
Oh. Oh.
And so we're still in initiative, and it is now Zell. It's your turn. You have the one kobold on you.
Yes, die, kobold, die. Does a 13 hit him?
Yes.
Okay. Bastard. Does 5 points of damage kill him?
Yes.
Oh, good.
They're kobolds.
I know. I knew that 6 did. I was.
Yeah, no. You take your sword and you just run it right into his gut this time because the upward swings weren't working out so well for you.
It's fine. I'm because this is all combat. He does the thing where he tries to hit me, and I'm like, ha, ha.
Stop. Hammer time. All right. Cespedes, the herd of
I'm assuming the
humans, they've moved a little bit past you, and the kobolds are there. If you do a double move, you'll be able to catch up to the one that has fallen, or there is the cultist that is on Carradine.
Go for the kobolds.
All right. I could just pitch a javelin at one of them, right?
You could, yes.
All right. We'll try that. 9.
9.
9.
All right.
Carradine, it's your turn.
He gets an attack of opportunity.
Oh, cool.
Fuck.
Huh.
Kobold, we're doing so well.
Oh, shit.
We're just going to call it a wash.
Nice.
Because I don't think you'd get a reaction against his reaction for your failure. So we'll call it a draw.
Okay. Damn.
It's always fun. The GM rolls. Huh. So he is going to take his attack now. He just misses. The kobold gets up. One of the kobolds again grabs a young woman by the back of her head and just brings her down. Just stab. They are about 90 feet away from you. You can't see the front of the column anymore.
Okay.
They are most likely, the front of the column is most likely probably 200 or so feet away from the entrance, provided nothing has gotten in their way.
Okay. And we did send them to the side gate entrance, not the one under attack, right?
Yeah, you specifically stated that you were sending them back the way you came.
Yes.
Which actually first had them going up to the mill and then moving along the water.
Whatever. We killed the people in that direction.
Right. I know. So that's the path I'm having them take.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay.
But you do notice from where you are that the pounding from the castle door, the
front door of the sanctuary.
The front door of the sanctuary has stopped. And a quick side glance over your shoulder, you see that you realize that someone has figured out no one's inside anymore because that door's still up.
Okay. So the back of the column was about 90 feet away.
About 90 feet away.
And they're still being chased by a couple of kobolds?
Yeah, the back of the line is where the kobolds are. They're nipping, just pulling anyone down they can, and just...
Which means I'm going to take... Oh, wait, is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I thought it was, but then we were lots of talking, and then I forgot. So I'm going to take a move action, because I can get up 35 feet, which puts me in bow range, and shoot a kobold.
Shoot. Rudy 2D point and shooty.
14.
That hits.
Okay.
Nice.
I like this green die. 9 points of damage.
Yeah. Although it's too late for the young girl, you do put an arrow squarely into the back of the kobold that was mutilating her corpse.
Okay. Yeah.
So I can move up to hit the other one potentially?
No. At this point in time, they're out of your immediate reach, but you can dash and start to close that gap.
All right. I will do
Okay.
that.
And Carradine, same thing for you.
Okay.
Or actually, no, you still got
my
the...
one guy.
You still got the...
Slap fight. 15.
You hit.
10 points of damage.
And you crack his skull. Just,
Son of a
just
bitch.
finally, you just feel this fire inside, and you don't know why. It just kind of jumps out as you go, Shoryuken! And just take him right out.
With my move action, I'm going to move 45 feet in the direction of the running mass.
All right, cool. Kobold's turn. They don't...
Oh, you have monk on top of wood elf.
Yeah.
Oh, nah, nice.
Okay. They're still just nipping and swiping. Like, these ones have... it's kind of odd for kobolds, but these ones have just moved themselves into a real blood frenzy of just murder.
There's 2 left, you said?
There are just 2 left. Zell, it is your turn.
I shoot another one. Well, I move up another 35 feet just to make forward progress and then shoot another one. 14.
That hits.
No, I lied. That's 13.
That still hits.
Okay. Only 7 points of damage that time.
That still kills it.
Yes. It's exciting.
And again, this just, just pulling up, pop, walk, pop.
Mm-hmm.
Cespedes, it is your turn.
It's like shooting kobolds in an alley.
To give you full thought process on this. Because of their movement, they are about 50 feet away. You can move and then throw a javelin if you wanted to move and attack.
I will do that.
Okay.
Yes, I will move and attack. 26.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, damn.
And my javelin. And, where's my javelin? 5 to hit. Or 5 points.
And you do your javelin right as the cobalt seems to about to be making another leap to get someone. You pin it to the ground with your javelin.
Nice.
Again, everyone is just kind of in a herd mentality of just sprinting, and you guys are actively playing catch up. And you do eventually catch up to the column, and you're trying to slow everyone down, but they are just mad dashing, and they now have reached the entrance, and it's just a real bottleneck of bodies just slamming into each other, pushing, and it's just people are now starting to trample over each other, trying to cram their way in.
Okay.
And you see that up on this large mass of moving has actually attracted the, as you can tell from my hand reaching up, the sense of the dragon, who is now taking a much broader sweep over to come take a look at this column. And upon seeing it, he does actually start to readjust his flight pattern.
Damn.
The only way, your path is now actively blocked for cover by these people.
Screaming masses, yes.
What do you want to do here?
I mean, went through all this effort to get them this far. I was planning on turning around and playing guard duty until they were inside. The fact that is now a dragon staring at me doesn't really change my sense of responsibility at this point, which is dumb.
Is there any way I can get his attention? Because he can't hurt me with his lightning.
You can most certainly try. So, intimidate or a challenge.
Intimidation, sure. It's 18.
Shout your challenge or your intimidation.
Hey, dragon! Come and get me! I wave my hands.
How far away is the dragon?
It actually had to come down a little bit to see you, so it's probably only about 40 feet into the air.
Okay, because my next idea was to throw, to bonus action, spend my sorcerer points for an extra spell slot and throw another chromatic orb at it.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Because it had to adjust its line of sight to, and its whole flight pattern, that would be like its turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you're that, maneuverability takes time when you're that big.
Right. Cespedes had called out his challenge first,
Right,
so...
and that's fine.
And so Cespedes, what I'm going to allow is, if you want, you can, while it's kind of out of the reach of your javelin, you are still more than capable of throwing and trying to hit it. You would just take a -2 to the attack for this range increment. Then we will give Zell a turn. Then we will give Carradine a turn for anything he wants to try to do. And then we will go into actual initiative order for the dragon.
All right, let's do it. 23.
And that's with your -2?
Oh, no, excuse me, 21.
Still not bad.
Hold on, I got to go to it and find out what its armor is real quick.
Yeah.
You said 21? Yeah, you hit it.
Wow.
And I...
Nice.
10. Your javelin actually catches it by surprise, burying it itself into its shoulder, and it actually has to readjust the lineup it was taking to reach over and rip it out. And if you didn't have its attention before, you most certainly do now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I cast chromatic orb.
Okay.
It turns out it's an acid orb.
Okay.
Nice.
Mother.
All right.
Miss.
I throw my spear.
Are you sure?
I rolled a 2.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
No.
Okay.
Just launch my spear.
Okay. Same deal. It'll be -2.
24. Wait, 23.
Okay. Roll your damage.
Oh, it's a D8. 6 points of damage.
6. Okay. And right as his where he's turning to rip the spear out, or the javelin out, your spear actually connects with his neck, just causing him to falter a little bit in his lineup on this run. Now roll for initiative.
All right.
13.
20.
5.
Okay. It is now Zell, you're up first.
Okay. Well, I don't have any more first level spells to throw. So I'm gonna throw a firebolt at him.
All right.
Apparently, dragons and small children are things that fuck with my combat abilities, I don't think a 10 is going to hit him.
No, a 10 is not going to hit him.
Yeah.
But you do know that dragons actually do have a frightful presence, and and it's there's a reason everyone is terrified of dragons.
Right, and I having some arcane knowledge would know this, and therefore I'm trying to pretend that it's fine.
Right.
It's not working.
Carradine, it is your turn.
The only thing I have left range-wise is darts. Is it the same range increment as the spear?
Yeah, everything thrown kind of has the same.
If he swings back, is he coming back around?
He's still on that same run.
Okay.
So he's actually getting closer and closer.
Okay. I'm just going to throw a dart at him. That is a 21.
That hits.
Minus 2, so 19.
That hits.
Okay. Damn it. 5 points of damage.
Okay. So you've dealt 5. He's dealt 10.
Plus the spear.
Yeah. So you've done 6. So 11. Okay. Sorry, 21. Okay. With this, he lets out a roar, and just after that dart now, it must have gotten him in the eye or something, because his flight pattern is just way off, and finally he just veers off eastward and just leaves. He's done with this.
Crazy.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Jeez.
A little dart in the eyeball.
Yeah, he was lackluster before, and now that he's actively being attacked and hurt, no.
Not worth it.
Not worth it. And with this, the people actually see you fend off the dragon, which actually has a calming effect on them all, because they're like, we're going to live. We're going to live. Like, it just becomes the chant throughout the, as people then begin to file in, still very hastily,
Right.
but much more civilized into the keep. You are able to follow them in. Once you get back inside, they close that gate and begin to stack up crates and everything back up in front of it. And that's the dragon. So we're going to go ahead and call it here,
Okay.
because you're back inside, and we'll pick up again with this next week.
Okay.
All right.
I thought the dragon was going to get us. Oh, really did.
It had a high AC, like its AC was 19. So it's like, which, I mean, that seems pretty low, but it's like the highest AC anyone can get in the game. And this is like, provided you did everything to turtle up,
Yeah.
is like 26.
Oh, okay.
But still, it's a matter of like, oh, they're just rolling that high with -2s. Holy fuck.
Some lucky rolls.
But yeah, it was seriously, it's like when it takes 20 damage, it says fuck this and leaves.
Nice.
I misunderstood that, and that would have helped.
What's up?
So I thought it was I actually had to wait. No. Okay, so the Tides of Chaos thing. Anytime before you regain the use of this feature, which would otherwise be once per day, long rest, whatever. The DM can have you roll on the Wild Magic Surge table immediately after you cast a sorcerer spell of first level or higher. Then I can regain the use of this feature. So basically, you can skip the do you roll on the Wild Surge table and just say roll on the Wild Surge table, and then I get you the back of that use of that thing.
Oh, so
because normally
once you've used it, you don't have to roll anymore. You just roll on the Wild Surge table.
Yeah.
I'll read more about it when I get home tonight.
It's right under Wild Magic Surge.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's interestingly worded.
Because I know that's like part of like the whole sorcerer's deal, especially with wild magic.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, I just get advantage on some rolls, and as the drawback is, I have to deal with what happens here.
Right.
I might turn blue.
Right. See, I was thinking that I had to, and ultimately I was correct. I was thinking that a wild magic surge had to happen before it would recharge. But basically, I think what that says is that you can just say, rather than me having to roll randomly if that wild surge happens, you can just say it happens, and then I get that ability back.
Right. So if you have the wild surge charge, it's almost like a shield against it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or the Tides of Chaos. Yeah. Interesting. And exciting.
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting, exciting.
I am sad that I missed with both of my chromatic orbs, but
yeah, and that like spells that you missed twice. You missed with both of it both times.
I missed both times. So aggravating. I was so excited about it. It's like 3d8 damage of,
Damn.
for me, a random energy type.
Are you serious?
However, rolling it against the dragon is risky because, like I said, I'm playing it where she doesn't know what type of energy is going to happen just because that is very much the chaos core of her character. That's why I took the spell, which means it's very possible I could have pulled a lightning chromatic orb.
Yeah.
Like, in my own head, I could perfectly pull out the type of a damage that would be utterly useless in this situation because it's more fun that way.
Yeah, no, it is more fun that way. And I'm not gonna lie, if you play the character more fun and not more munchkin-y, I tend to be more generous with gifts and things that happen.
Yeah, I actually, when picking my 0 level spells, I actually rolled randomly which of the damage type spells I would take. Because I couldn't, there weren't any that were random, so I randomly decided I got acid to fire.
The opening and closing music, Epic, is property of Ben Sound. Check them out at bensound.com for more royalty-free music. Dungeons & Dragons is property of Wizards of the Coast. Please visit dnd.wizards.com to purchase your copy of the game today. This has been a production of Gaming Without Gaming, all rights reserved. You may download only material displayed and identified on the site as specifically available for downloading. Such material is for non-commercial, personal use only, provided you also retain all copyright and other proprietary notices contained on the materials. You may not, however, distribute, modify, transmit, reuse, repost, or use the content of the site for public or commercial purposes, including the text, images, audio, and video without our written permission.